We go back from the bitter feuds to the title matches. And this one, very interesting matchup. And that is certainly an understatement, putting it mildly. This is a unique, and I'm not so sure, I may be right here, Dream. And Brain, you can back me up on this. Have we ever had a handicap match for the World Tag Team title?
You know, I don't remember being one like this. A lot of people say, well, they're not handicapped because the guy that's 7'4", 500 pounds. Well, the bottom line is the World Tag Team Champions, the Outsiders, they are ready to go ahead and get this thing done because it has to be on their mind about Piper and Hogan. So, will Luger make a play here, Brain? Will Luger do something? Will Sting and the Macho Man be on hand? It remains to be seen what will happen in this matchup.
And we know there's a bunch of members here from the NWO, and who knows who they recruited. Since they got here, every sign is out in this building right now. There's NWO signs, WCW signs, and these men right now are taking their sweet time walking to the ring. The big man Nash, 6. Winner tonight.
You see what they got on the chest right there? Alcatraz. Is that Alcatraz? No. I'm just testing y'all. Y'all were looking over there. What is that?
Tony,
I have no idea.
You're right, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to make a point that Alcatraz is on their minds. Gotta be on their mind.
Hall and Nash, since their arrival, has taken the fight right to World Championship Wrestling. But since Eric Bischoff has made the turn that he has made, they have had every advantage. They have everything handed to them on a silver platter.
Well, we're getting ready to find out. Can he do it?
Hall and Nash.
Ooh.
2 men against 1, but this is no ordinary man.
It's getting
This
scary.
is the biggest our sport has ever seen.
You're right, Tony.
We await the arrival of the Giant.
Can he do it?
Where is he? Here he comes. Through the smoke,
Big
through the lights.
shadow.
The big shadow of the Giant.
You're looking at your next tag team champion, maybe.
Well, he went on record saying he'd give his half the belt to Luger.
The Giant, like I said before, so calm, so confident to face 2 men. Dream, you have made the statement many times that as great of an athlete as he is, no one man can take on 2 men, especially when the 2 men are Hall and Nash, because if there is any man in this sport that matches up with the Giant size-wise, it is Kevin Nash.
Yeah, that's true. And it's the caliber. It's not the point of 1 man beating 2. We've seen handicap matches, not as much at stake as this is, but matching up Brain with these 2 guys here who are so multi-talented, like it or not, members of the NWO, Hall and Nash World Tag Team Champions, is another thing.
And they brought their little stooge out here with them as well.
You know, the Outsiders are hard to beat when you got a partner, let alone single-handedly.
Exactly.
The lights go up on this capacity crowd, and one of the most anticipated tag team matches we've had in a long time. The hand is up in the air, and that means choke slam. They're not concerned. Well, why should they? They've got Bischoff in their hip pocket.
I'd be concerned a little bit for my health.
Yeah, when the bell rings, that's what I mean. They got it. When the bell rings, they got to be concerned about their health and be concerned about this man that's 7'5", 500 pounds here. Young man, too. So much adrenaline got to be flowing through his body as he readies himself for this.
25 years of age, the Giant.
Well, one of them got to get out.
Well, they're going to do a little intimidation time here.
They're going to make him wait. They know who's going to start. Believe me, they know who's going to start.
Of course they do.
The Giant doesn't really care which one starts.
Well, I wonder what's going through his mind. He had to really say, you know, as now at one-on-one here. One-on-one right there, like
course it
this.
is, yes.
He's in top.
Giant has no one to tag, though. No one to spell relief. Mark Curtis calls the bell, and the World Tag Team title is on the line. Okay. Well, we've drawn the line in the sand now. Boy, do they have a game plan or what?
I don't know if I'd make him mad, though. I'd try to make friends with him at first.
Well, I think they want to make him mad here. That's what they want.
So
they want to
make
make
a mistake.
Yeah, make a mistake, lure him into the corner. Don't think there's not going to be a double team. Don't think there's not going to be rules broken here tonight. And don't think Bischoff's not in the building here either.
You believe that?
Back elbow.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Don't wake that Giant.
What does he have to do? Well, he's got to maintain one-on-one situations, not get over that corner. You know what I mean, Brain? And get in a double team situation. Keep these guys out there one-on-one. Let him tag in and out. If he's got enough stamina, he'll stay.
Well, they've got to get him down, too, and not let him up. But you're right. He can't get trapped in that corner.
Well, this place is erupting right here, I guarantee you.
They are making noise here.
Yeah.
Cow Palace has always been like this.
And as Mike Tenay told us earlier in this telecast, the first pay-per-view telecast ever from the Cow Palace, and the big man is mounting an offense here.
It won't be the last.
Yeah, he just stowed him back. I'm telling you, so strong.
Hall tried to get out of the corner that time, but could not. See, he's trying to take a step towards his corner every time, but the Giant timing those blows perfectly here. Here's a pickup. Oh, my goodness. Look with ease now. Scott Hall is a big man.
Well, slam him over in your corner, even though nobody's there. Don't take him over there, you know what I mean?
That's a great point, Brain, but he did.
Brain.
Or the one on the left.
Well, you're talking like you got a brain here.
You know what I mean? I mean, he keeping him over there ain't gonna do him no good, because he can reach up and tag this guy. As you said, if anybody matches up with the Giant one-on-one,
This man.
it's this guy
Kevin
standing
Nash.
outside Kevin Nash.
He doesn't look really happy about getting in that ring either.
Well,
No.
I think what.
Well, you know, that old sticks and stones thing now, you know.
Well,
Once again,
We're getting ready to see it now,
a
though.
little test of wits here, and has a tag been made?
little shades of Sandy Alomar, too.
Here we go.
Oh, Lordy.
That's Roberto. I don't want to put any more dirt on his dad.
Yeah. Oh, man. Look at
Close
this
enough.
look right here. Focus in on this, boys.
Two of the two biggest actually, in our sport. World Tag Team title.
Must be a Longhorn fan.
No, I think he's calling out to his bonehead. There's a forearm shot. And again, into the corner, gonna follow him in with a big lariat from Kevin Nash.
Well, it looked like one side of the ring went up about 2.5 feet.
The Giant!
Oh, yes. Get rid of him.
He drop kicked him!
And he needs to get, now he needs to stay, you know, on Nash and go ahead and do his business and get Hall out the way.
That was incredible. It brought everyone to their feet here at the Cow Palace.
Where's he going to plant him?
That's the best place. That is the hardest place you can find. That ring will not move. That ring post is nothing but iron.
And roll him back in.
I mean, you can throw him up against the safety rail all you want, but it doesn't have the impact of a ring post.
And stay away from that corner.
450 pounds, 1, 2, and...
I'll tell you what, that was close to being a cover, and a quick cover.
And you're right, if he didn't have him in that corner, he'd have probably got the cover.
6.
Well, that's the problem that we have here.
Yeah, that's only one of the problems,
Yeah,
but a
I
main
mean,
one.
you know what, you're against two men anyway.
Oh,
Did you
goodness!
see
They
that?
got him off his feet.
He bulldogged him! And a cover by Nash. 1, 2, it's not over yet!
Not yet, not yet. The Giant is still alive.
And not only, we thought he'd have to take on 2 men. Boy, were we wrong. He's got to take on 3 men and a belt. Incredible odds.
Listen, everybody here at the Cow Palace, they're yelling for Luger.
Yeah,
Luger,
man.
Luger.
And the Giant pinned in the corner by Kevin Nash. Wow. We have seen glimpses of a phenomenal athlete. The Giant with a drop kick. And taking everything these three men have in a short span.
Well, you said that right. 3 of them, Natty. And, you know, like you said earlier, get him off his feet and get him down. And that's what they've done, where they can maneuver around it and do things like this.
This is too much of a match for one referee, and that's unfortunate, and that is not a slight on Mark Curtis.
It's too much of a man almost, unless you're a Giant, for one man. Oh!
We are in the midst of an assault right now. And the question is, how much? The only question is, how much can the Giant take? And here we go, another triple team. He missed that one.
Yeah, he brushed him right across the head. He didn't catch him good
It's the
there.
best thing could happen to the Giant.
Yeah. It kept him there, though.
Well, I think much of the damage had already been done. This a little bit garnish from 6 now. And now here we go. A little bit of garnish. Garnish. Here we go to the midsection. Down to the jaw. The NWO doing exactly what we thought they would here. And that is, regardless how big and bad you are, it is a tough job to take on 2 men, much less 3. The Giant's still in it, though. He just shrugged him off now.
But I'd feel a little more comfortable if I was the NWO if we had the Giant down off his feet and on that mat. And in our corner.
Look, you're right. Look how he's still standing and he's still shrugging Scott Hall off here.
Well, he's not really standing, he's leaning, but that helps him.
But he's on his feet.
Oh, yes.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that one was a little more force went into that one right there.
Now he's standing.
And he took down Nash.
Oh,
and he takes down Hall. It's incredible the amount of punishment this gigantic man has taken.
What a phenomenal athlete he is.
He is still on his feet.
And he's about ready to explode at any given time.
Right hand to the side of the head. 6 is trying to pull himself up in the right of your screen.
Turn around, watch out.
There he is. He's trying to wait till the Giant has his back turned.
Boy, throw him out.
He threw him on Nash, but Hall has the cruiserweight belt.
Hello.
Oh, my.
He's still standing, though.
He's still standing.
He's still on his feet.
Can you believe it? The belt would not put him down.
Watch this. Can he get him up? Can he get the Giant up? The biggest man in professional sports today. Watch this. Watch this.
He power-bombed him. He power-bombed the Giant.
Nash hurt his back. Nash has hurt his back doing that powerbomb on the Giant. I bet he's tore his whole sacroiliac.
You may be right.
He went down as soon as the Giant did.
Oh, man.
They're standing everywhere.
I tell you what.
Luger's come in.
Bischoff's trying to stop him right now.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. See you later, alligator. I like it. Hell yes. Hell yes.
I guess the note from the doctor means nothing right now. Luger's coming to help the Giant.
He has sent Eric down. Luger wants to get in.
Give me the tag. Give me the tag right now. I'm fresh. I'm ready. I can take him. I can take it. I can feel it. Yes. Yes.
Get him, Luger. Go get him, baby.
Lex Luger.
Use that calf.
Oh!
Out goes 6.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
A good old fight. A good old Sunday night fight. Pick him up.
He's going to rack a man whose back is already out.
Oh.
No one can take this.
Rack him. Rack him.
He's got a Riddick bow.
He's
got a
racked
Riddick
him.
bow.
He got it.
Yes. Yes, we got tag team champions. We got new tag team champions. Luger and the Giant. The Giant said he was going to win it for Luger. Vice versa. Luger has won it for his team.
Yeah, but they're not finished yet. They're not finished yet.
Go ahead with it.
Rack him. Rack him.
He's gonna choke slam him. Pick him up.
Oh, yeah.
Might as well do it right while you're doing it.
Pick him way up.
Let's all go up with him and way up with him.
Oh.
From the top of the Transamerica building all the way down. 2, 3. He pinned it.
No doubt about it.
There you go.
No doubt about it. Your new champions, the Giant, and the total package Lex Luger. There's no doubt about it.
And you know what we had there too with the 1, 2, 3? we had Mark Curtis referee covering all the bases. Because you know, and I don't want to put a damper on what has just happened, but you know as well as I do, the last time these two men lost the belts, Eric Bischoff took it away from them. So the Giant does pin. And as wonderful of matches that we have seen on many different levels, it's nothing like we're about to witness.
We say it all the time, but it keeps getting better, don't it?
We go to David Penzer. It's time for the one.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. The grudge match for the WCW Heavyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, he's the leader of the New World Order. From Venice Beach, California, weighing 268 pounds, the WCW Heavyweight Champion of the World, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Well, if you believe in momentum, then the momentum would not be with the NWO right now.
You know, Tony, one thing I mean to check. I just got word from my man Woodrow. Usually the champion comes out last to be introduced. Hogan insisted on going out first because he wanted to show off a little more. That shows you what he's thinking in his mind right now. He may be showing those pearly teeth, pointing at people and laughing. But pal, he's thinking about that man that spent 7 nights and 7 days on the Rock, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
And Tony, what you said is so true. A loss here by Hollywood Hulk Hogan will destroy the NWO right here at Super Brawl tonight in the Cow Palace.
Now remember, Piper's never said he was aligned with WCW. He has always been out there by himself. So, if Piper wins the title tonight, it would not really be bringing the title back to WCW, but it would be taking the title away from the New World Order.
Well, I think we better focus on Piper's face and to see what kind of condition this man is mentally and physically after spending a week on the Rock. Let's watch him when he comes out very carefully.
Hogan out first, as you can tell, and here they are wasting a lot of time because security, we understand, had surrounded Piper from the time he arrived here.
Piper is here. I just got word Piper is here.
Yeah, they gotta let him loose.
David Penzer, take it away.
Wow.
Introducing the challenger, formerly from Glasgow, Scotland. He now resides in Portland, Oregon. Ladies and gentlemen, Rowdy Piper.
There's the face of a man locked for 7 days in Alcatraz. A face of a man fighting for the thing closest to any man's heart, his family. You can empathize with this man if you're a father, if you're a husband. You know what he's feeling as he walks that long walk
It's like
to the
walking
ring.
the last mile. Almost.
Yeah, it's time to pay the piper. I guarantee you.
Look at the filth on this man. Imagine the conditions he's been living in. Rats, roaches, every kind of vermin in the world. He's been living there thinking about one thing for 7 days. Is to get his hands on Hollywood Hogan.
He's going in the ring, I believe, with the biggest varmint we have here at WCW in the sport of wrestling, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Long live Piper. And regardless of what happens tonight,
Look at him. Look
That
at this
will be
man
the
should be
case.
in a straitjacket.
the home of Super Brawl 7, San Francisco.
Tony, let's see who's around the ring here. DiBiase.
Bits on the kill. Hey,
I don't think he cares who's around the ring.
Hey,
He'll be
I tell you what, spitting on the kilt is nothing to compare to what happened in front of young Colt in the ring in Memphis, Tennessee, at the hands of this man who calls himself a world champion, Hollywood Hogan.
he's a warrior.
Piper's like a wild animal. Look at this.
Well, he's been caged out there in Alcatraz. Of course he's like a wild animal.
Look, he's mumbling something. I wonder if it's Gaelic.
Well, of course it is.
Remember,
They said, I talked to somebody that was around Alcatraz there, and they said they'd heard reports from the security that was there that he never slept. He just talked. He's talked to himself for 7 days.
Well, there's steady in his eyes and there's thunder in his heart. I guarantee you, one last shot. He's gonna throw one last shot in this industry, and he's gonna throw it tonight, right here.
Bell sounds, and Hogan is walking away.
Hogan knows what he's doing.
Of course he does. And I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not advocating that Hogan is doing the right thing, but by golly, it's a smart thing.
Keeps Piper's hands off you.
That's right.
Well, he'd have to stay away from him for 7 days just to get him calmed down.
What does that smell? Is that Piper?
Oh, man.
Hasn't shaved or bathed and, oh.
I think Hogan's scared to death.
He is.
Here he comes!
Dead man walking.
There he is!
There it goes.
You knew this was going to happen. It wasn't going to stay into the ring.
This is for the title.
Here you go, baby.
This is for Piper. This is the big one for Piper.
Oh! He's going so far.
The same thing that happened in Memphis, Tennessee. He's going to injure Hulk Hogan. He went to the eyes.
Hit him there again. There's 2 of them.
He went down low to San Jose with that one. And he's not finished yet. He is out to injure, to maim, to seek revenge on one man.
Biting. Flooring.
Crying out loud.
Hogan, you people are witnessing the fight of Hogan's life right now. Hogan is in the fight of his life.
Yep.
I bet you think twice now about slapping him in front of his kid. Crawl home, you miserable coward.
Yeah, he's had wrestling matches before, but never fights for his life. And he's in one now, Brain. You're exactly right. Piper.
And I think the same can be said for Piper. This is the fight of his life.
Yes, it is.
And
You're
this
right.
is it right here. I believe this is a total commitment tonight to walk out of here either the winner or completely out of the industry.
Piper realizes what's at stake as much as realizing how much he's fighting for.
Get away from me, tells Vincent and DiBiase. He's all mine.
Piper, as much as anyone else, Brain, wants to be the world heavyweight champion. Think of the many men, the great athletes throughout the years since 1905 who have held that belt.
Oh, Piper caught one.
So Piper brings it back to the ring. He didn't even feel it. He hit him in a low blow, and Piper sucked it up and is gouging once again. Hulk Hogan.
This man is going on nerve ends right now. This man is totally insane right now. Roddy Piper could care less about Hulk Hogan. Oh, who's this?
Hey, that's some more NWO. Don't come out here now. He's having to deal on all of them, baby.
Yeah, Hogan's trying to get himself disqualified.
Wall Street's down. Vincent is down. DiBiase pacing out there. Hogan is lost right now.
Yeah,
he needs help.
They send in Wall Street. Remember, they send in Wall Street. He gets in the ring. We've got a disqualification.
You don't know, NWO. Oh, WCW left me. Let it go. Look at this.
Wow.
What a night. What a match.
Oh.
And Piper, forget about begging.
Oh, hello.
His ears will ring until sometime next Thursday.
And there'll be no one there to answer.
To the eyes goes Piper again. To the midsection. Piper doing exactly what he knows. Fighting.
That's it.
This is Roddy Piper at his best.
That's all he knows.
Yeah, this is the night for him right here.
Inside goes Hogan. Piper stalking Hulk Hogan. That's what this has been.
Yeah.
This has been a
It's
stalking
been a
match.
stalk. And every time he'll stalk him and get him right, he'll nail him with something.
Piper knows he can take him. Piper's got enough confidence. He knows he can take Hogan.
Hogan across the top.
Have a nice ride.
Oh, look out!
Savage and
coming
Sting.
in. I think it's all gonna come out tonight.
And Sting's got the ball back.
I think maybe you're right. Maybe tonight we will find out whose side they're
And
on.
Savage is walking on.
Sting stops him.
He stopped him. Let him go. One way or the other, let him go.
There he goes.
This is what we need. This is what we need. Someone doing something to Hogan's people.
And they are going blow by blow. They are stacking each other right there. They're reaching down and getting it all now.
Piper has established here, or make it, Savage has established himself at ringside.
He caught him.
Sting has stayed in the
Oh,
background.
deal your hand, will you? Wow.
The fans are shouting, "We want Sting."
Thousands and thousands of people here at the Cow Palace chanting, "We want Sting." There's got to be millions and millions around the world watching this on pay-per-view. I want Piper. I want Piper to take this big mouth Hogan and show the world what I've said for years, that he can be beaten. He's a piece of scum.
Well, now let's
Hogan's turned this thing around now.
Yeah,
you
he
know,
really has.
From the emotion that we've seen at the start of this, Hogan has turned it around now and got Piper wheeling. and
Sting is leaving.
Hogan, he's leaving.
Now he tried to stop Savage, but Savage just kept going to the ring. Savage looking at Piper. I think Piper saw Savage that time.
Savage still at ringside.
I'll tell you what.
Savage is still at ringside.
Yeah, Savage is at ringside. Hogan has now taken over this portion of this match, my friend.
The last time Savage was this close to Hollywood Hulk Hogan was Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc back in October.
Don't forget what Piper's been through. Emotionally and physically. Hogan's had time to think. Hogan's had time to rest. He's had time to prepare himself. This man here, this maniac, Rowdy Roddy Piper, 7 days and 7 nights in torture so he could get his hands on that man there, Hollywood Hogan.
All right, into the ring again as the Macho Man.
These guys have spent so much energy, guys, and so much emotions up to this point right here. It's just, right here, it's a match for survival.
Yes,
I mean,
of course.
really, who will survive this whipping?
You know, and I think a lot of times when you have so much emotion riding on this type of match, it takes a lot out of you in a short span. Piper, you got to think of where he's been for 7 days.
Yeah.
You know, he is just riding on raw emotion right now.
Got him up in a bear hug.
Savage watches on.
Piper's taking a lot of punishment, but I guarantee you.
What is Savage thinking? What is he doing?
What's going through Sting's mind also, I'd like to know.
We saw Savage at Nitro back in Chicago when he said, "I've been blackballed. I'm trying to get into the sport and Bischoff won't let me in." But since that time, he's been very evasive. Much like Sting, very mysterious.
One
But
more
now
time, the crowd calls Piper back. One more time, the roar to step back. Piper is getting it from the crowd.
He's got to reach down now and see what he's made of. Do it for your son. Do it for your family, Piper. Come on. Get inside of yourself. Be a man.
It might be
a
over.
man.
1, 2. No, the shoulder gets up for a 2 count, and Hogan was going for the win. Was that the first attempted pin we've seen? I think so.
First one, yeah.
In this world title match.
That time at The Rock had to take its toll on the man. Had to.
1 count again. Hogan's almost, it's like a bear hug, but he's got the shoulders down.
Yeah,
You know,
go ahead.
Sting left. Will he come back? Will he come back to get Savage? Have we seen the last of Sting? So many questions on such a big match.
There you go.
Piper's fighting again. The Piper that we know, the fighter that we know.
In situations like this, all you can do is really, whatever energy you got, try to get up, try to get out of the situation you're in, and get your breath and start dealing.
That's right. Start breathing. Get those lungs opened up. Get the cobwebs out of your head and realize who you're in there with and what you have to do.
Piper summons all his energy up, and Piper once again, he has not attempted a pin here tonight.
He's still got fight left in him. There's no doubt about
You
that.
better believe it.
He is pounding, gouging again.
Once again, low blow. But anything goes here. I'm telling you.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Savage,
Saber! Saber!
Saber Hulk,
That's how he beat Hogan the last time.
as Hogan pulls right in front of
You gotta get him back in the middle there. Keep away from that rope.
right in front of the Macho Man.
Sit down with him. Sit down with him, Piper. Take him
Savage,
down. Take him down. Yes.
Savage, who has been seen with Sting for weeks together, out now by himself, watching on right in front of him.
I smell a championship change. I smell a new champion here. Come on, ref, check him. Check that arm. He's out. He's out.
He's got him.
Savage watches on again.
He's got him.
He's
One
got him,
more.
Dusty. He's got him, Dusty.
This is it.
Unbelievable.
We got it.
Yes.
We got a new champion.
Yes.
We've got a new champion.
I am shocked.
Piper is beat.
Unbelievable.
Hollywood Hogan, two straight times. There's your winner. Rowdy Piper.
Emotions are spent.
Wait.
What is this?
Savage.
What is Savage
What
doing?
is going on in the ring is what I want to know.
What is Savage got in his pocket?
Savage is putting something
He
in
put
Hogan's
something in
hand.
Hogan's hands.
He's put something. Wait, is this match over or not?
What happened here?
I thought it was over. What the hell's going on? 1, 2.
Now what happened? Now Savage, what?
And he's taking the nuts that he gave him. International Optic, whatever you call it.
Where does Sting fit into this now?
Okay,
What happened here?
the referee
I don't know.
apparently restarted the match, and I can only wonder if it was because maybe Hogan was underneath the ropes,
Yeah, that could be a point.
and he had to break the hold. Savage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this match
this is making me sick.
still
Look at this.
WCW Heavyweight Champion of the World,
Unbelievable.
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Once again, fans, this, as incredible as this scene may be, the Macho Man is gonna pound away on Piper.
He caught him good, too. He caught him good.
The Macho Man has turned to the NWO.
Oh no.
Where is Sting during all this?
Why doesn't he come out here? Or is he a part of all this too? That's what I want to know.
I don't know what to think.
Wow. I mean, this is sickening.
The Macho Man said he was blackballed. Maybe this is the only way he could get in.
Watch this, Savage is patting an elbow off that top rope.
Wow.
Now Hogan, big leg.
Put the leg across him.
Hogan's patented finishing maneuver. Another one.
Gonna do it again. Oh my, how much more can this man take?
How much does this man take and what's this man been through?
I don't know. Is there anyone to help this man?
I'm going to tell you what, this is sickening
This is
sight
horrible.
that we're watching right here.
They want to take him out.
Fans, you saw it as well as I did. The sleeper had put Hogan out again, but I must repeat what I do understand has happened, that Hogan was underneath the ropes with his feet. Therefore, they had to break the sleeper hold.
Wow.
Therefore, the sleeper did not serve to put him out, but Savage slipped him the item, and this one is over. Hogan is still the champion, but Rowdy Piper.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WCW Slamboree and the super match of the evening. A battle for pride and glory. A 3 against 3, 6-man tag team match with a no disqualification stipulation. There must be a winner. Are you ready? Charlotte, North Carolina, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance here tonight and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Coming out first to the ring.
I'm excited. First time back for the Nature Boy for 8 months.
Making their entrance now, and coming to the ring, the three men known as the Wolfpack of the New World Order. Three men who, as all members of the NWO, show total disdain for the rules and contempt for fair play. First, from Minneapolis, Minnesota, one of the NWO's most vicious headhunters, the sixth member of the NWO, 220 pounds of disrespect, the man known as Sid. Sweet. And his two teammates, the founding fathers of the NWO, the original Outsiders, and reigning World Tag Team Champions. First from Tulsa, Florida, 6'6", 278 pounds, he is Scott Hall. You're going down. And from Scottsdale, Arizona, 6'11", 317 pounds, Kevin Nash.
Must be a winner.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the NWO Wolfpack.
Wow, the electricity here.
For life. You can feel it.
Well, you're not kidding.
I mean, words are just not, just said in.
And you notice how long it's taken for Piper, Green, and Flair to come out. The reason is they're making them wait. They're making them wait.
They're playing the game. You're
That's
right.
right.
And they know it better than anybody, and the dirtiest player in the game.
So we'll sit here and wait because
is the
I want to
Nature Boy
see
Ric
this.
Flair.
We're going to let the fans welcome this trio in.
And
But
now,
here we go.
coming to the ring at this time, their opponent, representing the WCW, a team of champions known to the entire world. First from the gridiron of the NFL, an all-pro and four-time World Bowl. He weighs 252 pounds. He led the NFL in sacks last year while leading his team to their conference championship. Ladies and gentlemen, from the Carolina Panthers, the Mean Green Sex Machine, Kevin Green.
Boy, this past football season, this team put the city on its ear.
And it's on us here tonight.
The icon.
And now making his entrance to the ring, the second member of this three-man tag team representing the WCW. He's legendary in the annals of professional wrestling. He has helped forge the sport to what it is today. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the ring at 235 pounds and wearing the kilt of the Campbell clan of his native Scotland. He now hails from Portland, Oregon. Here is Roddy Piper.
Wow.
Now hold on to your chairs.
And now the entrance the world has been waiting for a long time.
Everybody's standing in this building, Tony.
And let's let it speak for itself.
And now, the third and final member of the WCW three-man team. There are stars, and then there are superstars. And then, ladies and gentlemen, there is the few who are legends. This man is indeed a legend. He comes to the ring at 235 pounds. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the legend himself from right here in Charlotte, North Carolina, presenting the 13-time heavyweight champion of the world, the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
What a moment in sports that was.
Yes, it is. What a moment in sports.
Ric Flair makes his return to this arena. This place, where back on December 27th, on Monday night, 1993, he regained the World Heavyweight title in front of a sold-out crowd here at this arena. Not only did he win the belt that night, but he pummeled a big man into submission and showed the world who was the dominant man in our sport. A man never to be seen from again, I might add, as the Nature Boy Ric Flair won the title that night. And now he faces another adversary with great partners, an icon, an all-pro. But he must face three men who are not only fighting him, but fighting for a cause in an anything-goes match.
There was never any doubt brain that the Nature Boy Ric Flair would not start this contest.
I knew it. I asked him a while back, I said, when you put those boots on tonight, does it feel different? He says, it feels like I've never had them off.
Six and Flair. Boy, oh boy. Flair hits hard, and you got to realize that he really, in his first match since what, 7-8 months?
Yeah.
He's got to be a little rusty. I mean, let's take a look at it. I know he's been training. I know he's been working out, but it may have felt like he hasn't lost a thing, but there's got to be a feeling out process here.
Yeah, and very emotional night for him too, Tony, that goes along with that.
But don't forget, he's been there 13 times. He knows what to do.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's second nature for him.
And Six taking advantage of it. Flair goes down 3 times.
Uh-oh! Yeah, stretch your stuff over this way.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. There it is.
Tried another chop. Oh boy! Six took his head off of that one. The Cruiserweight champ.
Tremendous athlete himself, Hall and Nash, the NWO tradition right here in Charlotte, North Carolina tonight at Slamboree.
Oh boy.
I've been here, brother.
He's back.
You're not kidding.
There you
Same
go.
old,
Right on the button, too.
same old Ric Flair.
Right on the button.
He's alive. Having insurance.
And let Randy Anderson, referee, just let him go. Oh boy.
Come on in there and get some of it. Boy, he's a running right. What I mean by that is that emotion and adrenaline is flowing. And he's just gonna duke everybody out.
Would anybody else like to come in?
How about you, big man?
Flair wants him in.
Come on in, step over the top.
Oh, yeah.
Jump on some tradition here.
Yeah.
Jump your ass on some tradition. Excuse me.
6'11", eyeing Ric Flair.
That's okay. Jump on Flair and watch him grow.
What is he saying? He needs a tag here and come in?
I'm about on my feet.
When have they ever played by the rules? All right. Scott Hall.
It's been all Ric Flair.
It's his night right here.
It really is.
Well, he just passed the baton.
Yep. Direct from Ericsson Stadium downtown to the Independence Arena.
This
Number
guy's
91.
wired. Is he wired, Tony?
Scott Hall, get out of the ring right now. What an event, huh? They haven't sat down yet.
All right, the big guy has got the exchange.
I'll tell you what Green lacks in wrestling ability at this early part of his stage of his wrestling career, he makes up with a pure excitement and adrenaline flow.
And a want to succeed.
I really believe this is the baddest man in town right here, though.
Oh, I don't think there's any question about that.
Kevin Nash, the baddest man in town.
A man who loves to intimidate and can because he's 6'11", over 300 pounds. Oh, my.
Take your eye off of him a minute, Brain, and you see what happens.
That's right. He's been in that ring. He knows what to do. This is all new to Green.
Remember the rules here. Anything goes. It's already a big night for the NWO gate-wise because they got 75% of the gate. But earlier we saw Diamond Dallas and Giant take a measure of revenge on these NWO cronies.
Obviously, I know why they asked for 75%. They want more money so they can bargain and cut some more deals.
That's right.
Bring in some more talent.
Down he goes!
Yeah. Adrenaline is a-flowing. That's all that is. Oh! Took him off his feet, Tony.
Did he ever?
Lifted him off the ground.
And what explosion it was to lariat a man 6'11". You got to jump up like that. He did. He's going to slam him down.
That's impressive. I mean, the NWO, these guys have been around. And for Kevin Green to come in there,
I tell you what, he's for real. Kevin Green.
the real deal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness gracious.
What is Hollywood and Eric Bischoff thinking right now?
They have regrouped, you know what I mean? The NWO, Hall and Nash, and Six have regrouped right here in front of your eyes.
And we haven't even seen Piper yet.
Oh, we will.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, Piper, the recipient of a brutal, blatant attack this past Monday.
On his hip.
On his hip, but he is in there as we knew he would be. And speaking of the devil,
Come on and get some, too.
he is so cool. Look at him.
Yeah, but inside he's on fire. That
Yeah.
man's nuts.
Yeah, that's right, but he is still so
That's why
cool.
he's so dangerous, Tony.
That's right, Brain. That's exactly right. Don't ever think you're going to intimidate the icon. Notice the hip, heavily bandaged, but he is in there.
No, normally Piper probably wouldn't do that because they'll go for it. But they know it's bad.
Oh, man, I'm going to tell you what.
That will make you swallow your toothpick.
See how quick his hands are?
Oh, yeah.
What can you say?
I don't know.
I mean, you know, what can you say?
Sometimes you don't need to say
Yeah.
anything.
Can I say that they maybe hit a chug hole, one of them chug holes that they were talking potholes that they were talking about?
Well, they may find their carcasses
found-
filled into those chuck holes or
Yeah,
potholes.
full of fish is what it was.
That is big-time rapid blow wrestling. Scott Hall gets a foot to the midsection, and Piper gets a knee left in. What do we got here? I guess Scott Hall said, that's it. You know, they're trying to intimidate three guys who have a home court advantage, who are all pros, who are veterans, who stand for tradition, who will not intimidate.
No, they're years past that. Intimidation.
Piper in the corner.
He's like a revolving door gone nuts.
Oh, my.
Piper was in the corner.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what, guys.
Hooked in. Neck breaker.
There has been absolutely no offense at all.
And I'll guarantee you that
None.
NWO is really puzzled right now. They don't know what to do. They thought they could knock this guy around Kevin Green. They thought they'd work on Flair. They know this man's crippled. Supposedly he's about that hip. We had that a huge operation. They didn't know how bad he was hurt.
They did what they had to do then, though, get him off his feet, try to turn this thing around.
What they did to get their offense was use a classic NWO tactic, and that is go from behind.
Well, if it works, you got to do it.
That's, well, you are right there. And they're, to no one's surprise, they are working on the bandaged part of Roddy Piper. Fans are screaming for Ric Flair. And Piper screaming as well. And Scott Hall dragging him back to the center of the ring.
Now we're going to school.
Oh my!
Now we're going to school, he says.
Yeah.
That man's been to school, Mr. Hall.
Trying to show up Ric Flair. And he goes head first.
When you were filling up your Pampers, this man was on the road wrestling.
Piper trying to get back.
He needs to make that tag, and he
He
does.
does!
I think he got him, Tony.
And Ric Flair. Determination, courage, adrenaline, and all the years behind him.
Caught fingers in the eye, though.
Oh, fingers in the eyes, right. Oh, there he goes. Oh, Scott Hall catches Flair
What power.
in midair. I've never seen that done to Ric Flair ever.
Now we'll see how good that injury is of Flair. We'll see how he's repaired himself. If he is 100%. Well, you know Ric Flair wouldn't be in there unless he thought he could do it.
Caught him right over the top. Now the NWO starting to try to turn this thing around.
Piper over to help him out. Try to get him back to the corner, but Piper leaves himself open.
Yeah, Piper's
Oh,
hurt.
Scott Green! He tackled him at the goal line. How about that? Oh boy. Flair goes down hard.
You know, we anticipated this whole card. We anticipated this whole
1,
match.
2. Flair barely got the left shoulder up that time. Go ahead, Brian.
What it was going to be, but it's outlived its expectations.
Sure it has. This is World Championship Wrestling against the NWO.
Where?
I think
Big
the
boys
you know what I
play.
mean.
Big boys play,
I think the fresher guy, Kevin Green, is really fresher right now. I don't know if he has the tools to put these guys away.
That's a
I
good
know that
point.
adrenaline can take him, but the freshest guy is. I would like to have Piper really fresh, but hey, Kevin Green really stood his ground.
Piper's wounded.
Yeah,
Piper's
that's what I
wounded.
mean. I'd like to have him fresh.
Yeah, and that's a good point. The man that you want to come in at a time like this would be a Flair or a Piper.
But don't forget, the NWO knows just about as much about Kevin Green as he knows about them. Now, if this guy's beside himself, it'll work.
Same thing we saw earlier for Kevin Green, we saw for Reggie White. Maybe they don't have all the technique of a polished pro wrestler, but athletic ability and determination
Oh,
and
man.
heart will win out. Meanwhile, that's 300 pounds across the neck.
Kevin
of Ric
Nash
Flair.
laying the law down now. Laying the law down. They regrouped, took an awesome barrage, and now turned this tempo of this thing back around. And you know what? Took the crowd out a little bit.
It sure did.
You know, and when you do that, here, took the crowd out just a little bit.
Here's the exchange, and here comes Scott Hall back in. So, the NWO, as you said, taking the crowd out. Not only did they take the crowd out, they took the crowd out because they are doing this to Ric Flair in Charlotte, North Carolina. And they are not going to be content here with just trying to pin Ric Flair either.
Oh, no.
You can better believe that. They want to make this thing last a little bit longer.
And they want to kick him real good in his own backyard.
Right you are. And here's Six, who has some sort of personal issue with Flair altogether.
This will come back to bite him.
Maybe not. Let's also know this. Flair's injury was a shoulder injury, and that's what they've worked on. The big man Nash coming down with all of his weight on the rope, and that maneuver by Six. There they go, stomping on the shoulder, the trapezius, the neck again. It may look like a mugging by a bunch of thugs, but it's calculated.
Yeah.
And Flair,
And from going to having no offense to what they're doing right now, Flair's starting to fight back, really starting to get it together.
oh!
He doesn't want to cover him.
Flair up 6 over.
Oh,
Flair
one.
gets.
Now, you don't want to be in that neighborhood.
Talk about cutting the ring off, putting them in your own backyard. That's what's happening right here. Almost got a 3 count.
Oh boy. The referee checking in now. Flair gets the shoulder up in time. All right. 6 has a longer way to go. Kevin Green, as we talked about so many times.
Yeah.
The fresh man.
Yeah. A lot of enthusiasm there, too.
Employing Flair to make the tag.
You got to take the Piper.
Piper is in.
Bad wheel and all. He don't care.
Referee didn't see the tag. Referee
Oh,
is
come on,
going
ref.
down the tag.
He just hit the referee. Here comes Kevin Green.
The referee got decked by Piper.
Oh.
And Randy Anderson's out.
Yeah, he is out.
Oh my! 6 manhandle.
Oh.
And we got another referee out there.
We got Nick Patrick out there.
That's Nick Patrick.
Yes.
Nick Patrick is out. Flair, Green, Piper trying to take charge here. Scott Hall.
Well, right there in the middle of the 2 guys. That's your 2 guys.
6 hits the ring post low side.
Referee down.
And we didn't know what Kevin Green could do. He did it.
Tony, what's the story on Nick Patrick?
I have no idea. Flair gets nailed from behind.
In the front. Gonna put him away right here. He called for Nick Patrick.
Figure 4. Figure 4.
He's got it on, and Patrick's in the ring. Kevin Green cuts off.
And he still got the figure 4 lock.
Kevin Nash.
I think he's got him.
Piper's got the sleeper on.
He's got the sleeper.
Green's directing traffic. Flair's got the figure 4 locked in.
Here comes 6.
Got him up.
Goodbye.
Kevin Green has 6. Up. Down.
I don't know what Nick's doing there, but somebody make a call.
Do something.
They are all down.
The NWO down. 1, 2.
They got him.
That Chuck Hall's winner.
WCW has defeated the NWO.
Oh, baby.
And I guess Nick Patrick was reinstated.
I don't
this
know.
week.
I wonder what his deal was. He was there.
This is the biggest moment in WCW, and you've witnessed it at Slamboree.
And it's just the beginning. It'll mushroom from here. And they play the man's music.
Down goes the NWO. And as they walk over the Wolf Pack, there's a celebration going on, beginning in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina.
And what can be going through the mind of Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff and the rest of the members of the NWO?
I guarantee you, he's on the phone trying to call somebody. I'll tell you what, they just walked over some big old.
Fans, we have had so many breathtaking battles so far that where do we go from here? We're going to go to our double main event. And as we've been saying for so long, maybe one of the biggest world tag team title matches ever on pay-per-view television between members of the NWO and 2 of the legends in our sport, the biggest names ever, here tonight. And the NWO music means the world champions are going to be making their way here in just a moment.
I tell you what, Brain, they have to defend the World Tag Team titles against the Nature Boy Ric Flair and Roddy Piper. They got to put it up, and they got to be able to go ahead and keep them things. For them to keep the NWO where it is right now.
And 6 is out there with them.
And that completes what they call the Wolfpack. And the Wolfpack's purpose, obviously, is to seek, destroy, counteract, and retain the World Tag Team Championship. Let's make no bones about what's going on here, fans. Many of you know it as well as we do. You are looking at athletes making their way in who will face athletes coming in a little bit later on who hate each other. We're not talking about don't like each other. We're talking about hate each other. There have been fights in the ring between these men, out of the ring that occurred last week with these men. This has been a brutal war that will culminate right here at the Great American Bash. It's more than just tradition against WCW.
Exactly.
It is personal. It is.
And with Hall and Nash, you are looking at the heartbeat of the NWO. If you're going to go ahead and put them out, go ahead and take steps to get rid of the NWO or to move them in their proper place, you have to beat these guys right here. And we have chosen these two to do it.
Well, Dusty, you know as well as I, the only way to beat them is at their own game. You can't let them dictate the match. You make the rules, because if you don't, they will. Woo! Let's do it!
The added advantage here is that Syxx is in the ring as well, as we await the arrival of the 13-time world champ. Made quite a comeback since the shoulder injury put him out for most of 1996.
Tony, he's had defining moments. You know what I mean? Him and Piper both. This one right here is one of them.
Big-time main event and a big-time sporting event here at the Great American Bash.
WCW style.
And what makes it even more important is the goal is on the line, and every athlete, no matter what the hatred is, wants to become the champion of the world.
And Flair doing something very smart right here. Piper will have his own entrance, we understand, and he is not going to the ring. He is standing right there.
Waiting for him.
That's right. If you go to the ring, the three guys are going to jump on you.
Whoa! Light it up!
And who knows, there may be more NWO people on the premises.
That's right. What an ovation for the icon. No one like this man. Rowdy Roddy Piper. And here they go.
They've been down the road together. They know what it's all about. They're going to watch each other's back.
They're walking that long walk right now. So much going through their minds. Energy. When somebody tells you they don't get nervous, even if you're a veteran of 15 years, they do. This is what it's all about. The butterflies are flying. The first blow needs to be struck right here. Get rid of them butterflies and go on about your business. That goes for both teams. If you don't like the NWO, that's fine. Two great athletes hold the World Tag Team titles. That's Hall and Nash. Two great icon athletes want them. That's really what it's all about here tonight at the Great American Bash.
And they'll do anything they can to hold on to those titles. And Flair and Piper will do anything they can to take it from them.
Flair has been the member of the World Tag Team Champions on many occasions.
You think Hollywood has got this one tuned in if he's not here?
Yeah, I'm sure he does. And that's a good point, if he's not here.
Yeah, that's why I say it.
Has anybody seen Bischoff? I haven't.
I haven't been looking for him,
I haven't
actually.
either.
And now the sight game began, the mind games began. Ric Flair has taken a numerous amount of beatings at the hands of the Wolfpack, and that was while Piper was out shooting his new action-adventure movie. Now that Piper is back,
Well,
during that time, the Wolfpack tried to pull them apart by saying that, well, you know, Piper's not here for Flair, and Flair's upset about that. That was not the case, and we found out this past Monday in Boston, they are as solid as ever, and Flair, that little toothpick flip, that didn't even bother him.
No, when you try to play mind games with one of the greatest of all times, it ain't gonna work. I guarantee you this will work, though. Is just go ahead and club it and going to work, going about your business, because you're gonna get spun around and laced open.
Ric Flair, backhand chops, combination blows, and a right cross. Scott Hall is down and out of the ring.
That's your stuff. Guys, real quick, Brain, you know from being the great manager that you were, they got an advantage with Syxx standing out there on the floor. Why this is allowed, I don't know.
Because they're NWO and they do what they want.
That's right.
But you're right about that. Syxx.
They do what they want,
Very
but
important.
this is for the WCW World's Heavyweight Tag Team title. Make no bones about it.
All right, now, as Scott Hall goes over to talk to Kevin Nash, Ric Flair goes to his corner too. So Flair has been up to the task in the opening moments of this tag team war. Back they go again. Scott Hall wants back there again, and here he goes. A right cross by Hall. He'll send Flair to the other corner. Oh! Flair upside down, walked the apron right into the big foot of Kevin Nash.
What a massive athlete Kevin Nash is. And you've seen he got him already.
1, 2, and no. Mark Curtis assigned to this one. And you have to keep up with this. This is a furious pace of this match already.
One note right here, Mark Curtis has not had a lot of title matches. When you take a look at our referees here, we got some fine ones. But Nick Patrick, Mr. Anderson has been in there on big title changes and big title matches. So he's got to be on top of his ball game too, guys.
But I think he's the right man.
Yeah, he's right there. And
Into
he's
the
fresh.
ropes and six pull. The leg of Flair. That stopped the momentum, enabling the lariat to the 1-2, and he almost got it. He almost got it, and there you see Scott Hall staring at Mark Curtis, but it was a good count, and it was close to the end of the match.
Oh,
Don't get too cocky with the nature boy.
here you go, big man.
Well, cockiness is, that's what got him here.
Do you remember, I want to take you back briefly, a year ago in time, we talked about Green and Mongo. Do you remember a year ago in time when these two men leveled Eric Bischoff off of the stage in Baltimore?
Threw him through a petition.
And how far have we gone since then?
Yeah, and
What
where
has
is Eric Bischoff now?
That's right.
Exactly.
I mean, in a year, the NWO has become one of the most dominant forces our sport has ever seen.
All over the world, too.
All over the world, in Japan. And now the big man at 7 feet tall, hammering Ric Flair down to the mat, going at him again. Sending Flair to the far, then near side. Picks him up. Look at this. Look at the power. Oh, my!
Oh, that drives him down right on that back and that hip.
He's got to tag Piper. Piper's fresh. He hasn't been in there yet.
Yeah, but he's in no...
Whoa! 2, and...
He's not in a situation, Brady, where he can make that tag right out there in the middle of the ring. A little more over towards him is where he needs to be, and you're so right. When they're strutting around here, he needs to work his way towards you. Flair, in the numerous hours that he has been, the long matches that he's been in, is not one to take early. So I'm not really concerned about that situation. But the more punishment he takes, they're going to have one man with a lot of beating put on him like they're doing right here, and one fresh man. That ain't good. 2 fresh men will beat one man that's been beaten down. 2 fresh men will beat one fresh man. That's it. That's all. I laid it out there.
Good. Down goes Flair now, and Flair a long way to get to the corner here. Let's not forget about the shoulder injury and how they've been working on the upper part of the body. Flair obviously is hurt. Thank you, Brady. He's trying to get to his feet here. And I think he came up very quickly, did Flair that time.
That trick elbow.
Yeah, and when you turn around, there goes
Can
Kevin
he make the tag, Tony? That's what he needs to do.
Flair pulling.
Both men. That's a tag to Scott Hall.
Scott Hall cannot stop the tag to the Icon.
There you go.
Roddy Piper is in.
Deal on him now. Deal on him, baby.
He decks Hall, sends Nash down. Oh, my eyes. There's another one.
Got him both.
Roddy Piper, one of the dirtiest fighters ever. He knows all the moves.
Sleeper.
He's going to put the sleeper on.
This is what he used to be Hogan with
Twice. He's got it on.
There they buy. Good night.
He could be a World Tag Team Champion in a matter of moments. But the referee is trying to get Kevin Nash out. Scott Hall picks up Piper. And that will break the sleeper.
It took its toll, though. I'll tell you, that's what they
You're
needed
right,
to
it
do.
sure did.
They needed to get one of them down, and they did right here.
And Flair's chomping at the bit. He wants in again.
The World Tag Team Championship. The goal. It's about this. And you are seeing what is going on with 4 men who stand for entirely different theories and hate each other. Desperately hate each other. As Piper tries to crawl in.
Flair cutting across the ring now, trying to cut him off. 6 is in there. What is he doing?
Well, the referee grabbed Flair and put him back to the corner.
6 caught him with a reverse kick right there in the back of the head.
And down goes 6. Flair going after 6. You talking about hatred? Look at this. Flair is fighting 6 outside of the ring.
But I tell you what, Piper's laid in the middle of that ring in a lot of serious injury.
I think Flair's forgotten what match he's in.
Well, and Piper's the legal man. And Piper's down.
Hall's down.
Well, there ain't nobody there for Piper to tag. I guarantee you that much.
Where the heck did Flair go?
He's got his sights set on 6.
I understand he and Six are still battling. Back behind the curtain
got it
here.
covered.
1, 2.
No.
He
Right.
kicked out.
Barely.
He kicked out. Oh my goodness.
Boy, that was just instinct, not wanting to be beat. Reaching way down and grabbing a hold of it.
There's
Nobody
nobody there.
home. There ain't nobody home.
Nobody home to make a tag. Piper, I don't think he realizes no one is there yet. Once he gets to his feet and looks that way, he'll realize he's standing up. There he turns. Now he sees that there is
Nobody home. Where's Ric Flair? Oh, man.
Big, massive knee lift, but Piper is a fighter. Piper fighting for all he's worth.
He's been fighting all his life since he was 15 years old in this sport. He's not going to stop now.
There he goes. Come on, baby. Got the deal on him.
Nash holding, just pounding down,
He's
and
so big.
Piper
Oh, man.
is up to the look at Piper.
Them shots took its toll right there. This big man, what an athlete he is. No flair.
No flair at all.
No 6.
Vacant entrance. Now he's firing back once again. Big knee. Nobody in the corner.
And
Reach up to tag.
he knows it now, Dream. He's going to be in for the fight of his life and be double teamed.
Bad place to be.
Rowdy Piper, I've never seen. We talk about the hatred that Flair's had for the outsiders, for the Wolfpack. The hatred has overpowered Ric
Yeah, but
Flair.
maybe the NWO jumped him or
I was
something,
thinking the
Tony.
same thing. I was thinking the same thing.
Let's don't go ahead and throw this thing here until we really find out, because they're ragging. You're right.
That's right. That's a
But
good
when you
point.
run back in there behind the curtain, and Bobby said maybe NWO people are all over, we know they are.
Flair wouldn't desert you.
They could have, well,
No, he would. He would.
in this case, I will agree with the brain.
But he needs to get back if
Look
he
at
can.
him. Come on in and get some of it.
And I don't
Still
know.
standing.
Talk about a tough customer. There he is right there, Piper.
Look at Piper fight. He just grabs and holds on. Oh boy, the big man tried to muscle him over. Piper would not go. Piper against the corner, and this time nowhere to go.
Vicious knees just to ragging him there in the turnbuckle.
And he comes back at it.
There he's a fired back, big forearms.
Piper wants to fight still.
Oh,
Look at this. In the corner, absorbing the blows and fighting, blocking out the pain. Incredibly,
There you go.
Roddy Piper
he's getting up for it now.
and
Well, that's the
possessed.
icon. That's the icon right there. Roddy Piper. He doesn't care if there's 2 NWO guys in there.
He
or
needs to
40.
take the big man down, I'm telling you.
Oh! Back of the head, Bigfoot. Piper goes down.
Well, I'll tell you what, I was in the back a while ago, off and on. I knew that was bad blood. I don't know what's going on back there now.
I'm concerned something happened to Flair.
What's it? I don't think they're ready yet. It wasn't too long ago on Nitro when they said in an in-ring interview, Hall and Nash, the outsiders, the Wolfpack, that they were out to destroy Piper and Flair, not necessarily to win a match.
Total devastation.
Total devastation.
Well, just think about it. What if 6 set up Flair?
That's
and
right.
ran around the curtain, and the whole mob was waiting for him.
The NWO drop.
Oh, man. Now they got a cover.
Here it is. 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
My goodness.
They are
I never
still
thought I'd see that.
the tag team champions. Ladies and gentlemen,
That's something rotten here, boys.
we have seen a
I'm telling you.
courageous fight from an icon who will not go down. But it was just overwhelming. The numbers, the pounding, and the big victory now.
Icon, what the hell are we? Hey!
Total disregard for their opponents.
For anything. Disregard for anything.
Well, we've come to a moment that we've been waiting for quite a while.
Okay, who do you think?
Well, take your pick. I mean, it could be any number of people we discussed, or it could be someone completely different.
I'll tell you what, boy, it is so hot in here. That natural heat, that guacamole heat is a running wild right here. Oh, yes, I'm telling you.
And it's going through their mind. No doubt they're wondering, what the heck does Diamond Dallas have now? Who will it be? It's Steiner.
One half of the World Tag Team Champions, Scott Hall of the Outsiders, the Macho Man with the lovely Miss Elizabeth. Has anyone seen Kevin Nash? Yeah, it's not out here right now.
Macho Man Randy Savage, one half, as I said, of the heartbeats of the NWO.
I mean, I just don't know. It could be anybody. It really could be anybody.
You know, there's a lot of arrogance, a lot of smiles from Liz right there. It almost seems as if they do not care who the mystery partner will be, but I really think they do.
Oh, yeah, they do.
That's a facade.
Yeah, you better believe they do. And it's weighing heavy on their mind. I guarantee you that much. You can parade around as long as you want, but DDP is great.
Diamond Dallas has proved time and time again that the Diamond Cutter can put you out. And he proved it just this past Monday on Nitro when, under the guise of La Parka, he put out the Macho Man Randy Savage. So they know what he's capable of. But now he will have a partner.
Here we go.
We're gonna find out.
Wait's over, baby.
Quick, what do you think, Tony? Give me one.
I'm not gonna say because I don't know.
I don't know either. Dusty, who do you think?
Well, we're going to find out.
I think Raven. He's been close. He's been close at ringside. He's been watching.
Well, the only thing he'd have to do is jump right over the front row here.
Well, you can bet it ain't going to be Kimberly. Yeah, he's pretty close to it. Holy mackerel!
With an explosion, the one and only Diamond Dallas Page arrives on the scene here.
Man, we all just waiting. You know, we tongue-tied because...
Where is this person?
Oh, he's waiting. He knows what he's doing.
He said, bring him out. Who is this? I can't see because of the smoke. It is Curt Hennig!
Curt Hennig! It's Curt Hennig!
Curt Hennig is making his way to the ring. Good choice!
We talked about Impact
All
players.
right!
And he looks like he's in the best shape of his life.
There is no doubt about that. Bobby the Brain, Curt Hennig, one of the all-time greats in our sport, second-generation star, slowly, calmly walking to the ring as the mystery partner for DDP. And now the sides are even.
You better believe, David, when you talk about Impact player Curt Hennig is. What a choice this is. What a choice this will be for DDP.
You're wrong.
What?
The sides are not even right now.
Yes, they
I
are.
believe, no. I believe Dallas and Curt Hennig have the upper hand. They've got the upper hand because they're not worried. Those two birds are worried.
Well, as far as the psychic go, they got the upper hand, that's for sure.
Still with the ribs heavily taped, you see DDP. He and Curt Hennig together. Curt Hennig making his wrestling debut here on Bash at the Beach.
Hennig does not have the hatred running through his body for Hall and Savage like DDP does.
Well, I don't think anyone would.
Yeah,
No, but that's going to be a factor here.
Yeah, but he's a player,
That's right.
and it's a big game.
And when that bell rings, he knows what to do.
Yeah, in big games, you play. Players play in big games.
Okay, here we go. Hall, Savage, Hennig, Page. Big time tag team event. The mystery partner is no mystery any longer.
They're going nose to nose right off the bat over here.
And they're no strangers to each other either, Hall and Hennig.
That's right.
Boy, it's great to see Curt Hennig here at WCW.
You know, we've seen so many different types of matches tonight. High-risk maneuver, mat wrestling, brawls. Curt Hennig can do it all. Every type of wrestling. Macho Man saw the first one coming, but not the second.
Yeah, hung him up and going to work, going about his business. That's what he's got to do. Got to crank it.
We've used the word animosity
Wow.
tonight a lot, but no more apropos than right now.
What I don't like to see is Diamond Dallas still sporting those bad ribs. Because you know that's going to be a factor.
Yeah, sure.
Savage and Hall will take advantage of it.
That's going to be a target for the Macho Man and for Scott Hall. Savage trying to slow things down as he's way on the outside. Believe you me, countouts are not going to worry anyone here. This is a fight.
Well, you see Dallas right here now, you know.
Where did that come from? I think Savage.
As Brain said, he understands the fight. See that? That's just making somebody mad. Yeah. Spit on me and I'll come right back at you. Come on and get it. Come on and get it.
Savage is getting frustrated. Savage has lost his game plan here.
Well, you know what? You know what Diamond Dallas has done to the NWO? He has outsmarted the NWO at every point.
Every occasion.
At every point. And think about this. Think about all the athletes that the NWO has attacked has made as their target this man, Diamond Dallas Page, has stalked them, has fooled them each and every time.
All right, here you go. Brother, everybody has been waiting to see Curt Hennig do his thing.
Hennig.
Yeah, right up there, get on nose to nose.
That's right, jaw
You can't
on the settle.
intimidate. You can't intimidate in him. I guarantee you.
Remember how tough his father is?
Oh man, let me tell you. It runs in his blood. Oh yeah.
Little toothpick gum exchange right there.
Well, there's been a lot of exchanges here, you know what I mean? Trying to psych each other out. It ain't gonna work with Curt Hennig.
Talking's over.
Interesting to see what happens here. Hennig makes sure his back is to his corner as he hooks it up now. Scott Hall, they are back to a neutral corner. And Mickey J trying to get a break here.
Moving in. Clean break. Got a shove, ain't gonna work.
Hennig gave a clean break and Scott Hall a little shoving action.
You know, go ahead and analyze what situation, though. Dallas and Curt obviously have not been together. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they've known this for a long time.
They've known it. Well, Dallas has.
Oh!
I like that.
I think the gum that he gave Scott Hall just went out in the front row somewhere.
Yeah.
Look at that. Hennig knew exactly where he was after he slapped him. He spun around and looked right at Savage.
Yes, he did.
That's the mark of an accomplished professional.
Big time feature match here at Bash of the Beach.
Hall and Savage aren't really sure what to do.
Curt Hennig blocks it.
Yeah.
Uppercut.
Right back on top of him, too.
Hennig will send Hall to the left side. Into the chest that time. Curt Hennig with the knee lift.
Oh, he looks good, guys. I'm telling you,
He
man.
really does.
I mean, he physically, mentally ready.
Atomic drop. A pickup. The other way.
Got it front ways again. Watch out now.
And a steam. And that time a running lariat.
Took his head off.
Hennig.
Man, what is going through the mind of the Macho Man Randy Savage and that whole NWO crew right now?
And great teamwork here as DDP gets the exchange back in.
You know, you're right. They're working great as a team.
Yes, they are. They have worked over here Scott Hall. Fans are calling for the Diamond Cutter right now.
There ain't nothing like it anywhere in sports, I guarantee you that, guys.
Hall ducks low.
And you know,
DDP.
DDP can put that on you from just about any position.
All right, got the call,
pancake
nail
him.
him. There you go. Well, they look good. Good choice.
And that's exactly what DDP wanted. We saw what type of man Savage is when he attacked Nick Patrick last Monday. He's a man who is warped. Savage back to the corner as DDP. Hall go at it. And that time Page got caught in the corner.
Followed
Look
him
at
in.
those bad ribs.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
That was a great move. Followed him right in there. Got him down. Now then, let's see. Hall and the Macho Man Randy Savage now go to work on Diamond Dallas Page.
And going to work is the right term here, Dream, because you know there's going to be a lot of double teaming, a lot of attempts to take him out. Maybe working on the rib cage, double axe handle, once again on the neck.
Every time you hit that mad brain with them ribs hurt the way they are, it just jars you.
And you can't get your breath. You just cannot get your breath back. I wouldn't have come out taped up. I wouldn't have let anybody know it. I'd have wore a top or something.
Yeah, but sometimes that's the only way you can play. You know what I mean? You got to tape it up and go.
Well, I think everyone knows it, Brain. I think most of the wrestlers, most of the NWO realize that DDP, in the brutal matches he's had against Savage, is not 100%. So they would have worked on the ribs anyway, and here they go.
Well, it all started with Hogan blindsiding DDP with that crutch.
That's right. Well, it all started with Hogan, Hall, Nash 1 year ago in this same building.
NWO.
Now choking the man out here. Using the ropes as a guillotine. Savage now, as the referee is talking to Hennig.
He got him.
Little short elbow on the throat.
The 1 year anniversary, if you will, right here in public, where the NWO changed the whole world of professional wrestling, right here in this building.
And if you really want to keep score, it's WCW 1, NWO nothing if you go back to what the Steiners did earlier. So now, in this match, what does the NWO have in store?
They're working on the ribs right now.
is their motive to take Diamond Dallas. Their big thorn in their side completely out. DDP, what a fighter. Came off with a right hand. Still the pain too much as he drops down, and that time the ribcage hit the middle rope.
And he's up by Savage. Scott Hall is so smart. Savage, he knows where he's at all the time he trains. Oh, man, they're really whipping him like a dog right now.
And Savage was daring Kimberly to come over towards him as he sends Page to the steel. He chases Kimberly back around the ring.
And you know who I see? Elizabeth is a lot more active tonight, too. She's a hollering in the
Oh, yeah, her
there.
energy level is really high because she knows what's at stake here.
Fans helping Page up.
Well, he reached out for him a long time ago, and they embraced him. They brought him in and embraced him.
No, they held him up just long enough for Savage to get another blow in. And there is Scott Hall, spinning right hand. Cover 1, 2, and...
But you got to be very careful with DDP. And when you think you got him, he could be close to putting that diamond cutter on you, and it's all over.
Sometimes in the sport, a champion cannot be measured by the belt he has around his waist.
Right here, he did the right thing. Go ahead and get you a tag over there.
Be measured by the heart he has, and DDP showing that heart. Savage sends him out.
Yeah,
Kurt Hennig is in.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Backhand chop. Hennig with a right cross. Macho Man, sends Hennig in, and that time he got caught up against the ropes. The rope would have had some give, but Page was up against the ropes, and that hurt him.
Lower back.
What was that about?
What in the world?
Oh, my.
What was that about?
You know what? I believe he thought Dallas was trying to mess him around. You know
I
what
think so,
I
too.
really believe that.
I know the temper that rages in this man.
Get back in there, Kurt. Kurt.
And now
They're going to break his back.
he's all alone for the outsider edge. And Kurt Hennig is watching from the entryway.
Is this me, Kurt Hennig? Is with the NWO?
I can't answer that. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Let's look at the obvious.
Does this mean he's with the Horsemen? What is this?
What does this mean?
I don't know, but he's not in the ring helping attack. He just hit him and walked away.
Oh, man, I'm going to tell you what. This didn't turn out the way that DDP thought it would.
And now it's DDP. All alone.
He's helpless.
At the mercy of the New World Order.
He's helpless.
1, 2, 3.
Wow. Look at that. Oh, man.
There's your mystery partner.
Yeah, and there's your Impact player making a profound impact on Bash of the Beast.
Impact for who, though, guys? NWO, WCW, Horseman, or just for himself? Impact player he is, but I guarantee you he come up a little bit short tonight.
Kimberly wants to get in there to help her man, but she needs to stay away from the ring.
Yeah, they're going to keep pounding on him as long as they can.
Well, he's out. The combination, the double axe handle right behind the right ear, knocked him out. The outsider edge continued that, and then the elbow.
He's gone.
Well, it's 1-1 now.
He's gone. You're right.
Your analogy.
Here we go.
This is the main event. The battle for the heavyweight championship of the world. Ladies and gentlemen from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. Let's get ready to rumble! Coming to the ring at this time, wearing black with white and weighing 262 pounds. His hometown is the windy city of Chicago, Illinois. During his career in professional wrestling, he has shown his opponents such an amazing combination of power and speed that he is feared by all. Tonight, this master of the torture rack of doom gets his chance at the world title. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the challenger, a man known as the Total Package, Lex Luger.
Lex Luger's last world title reign ended in February of 1992. He's been there before, but now in front of the most watched television program in history, he will go after the man who has set the standard for world titles in our sport. When we come back, the entrance of the world champion, Hulk Hogan.
It's not going to be easy.
For life.
Ever believe this is the most hated man on earth today?
Well, you know, as you look, and I think about all the times I saw Hulk Hogan go to the ring throughout the years, like him, hate him, the man commands attention like no other athlete has ever in professional wrestling.
Now, you talked about it earlier. Who has a better one-loss record than Hollywood Hulk Hogan? Who has been in more pressure-packed situations than Hogan? And who has been in more World's Heavyweight title showdowns than Hollywood?
So confident. And one of the reasons he's confident is something that Luger has to be very wary of here, fans. And that is, we have seen Savage, we have seen Six, we have seen Vincent, we have seen Hall, and we have seen Nash. We have seen Eric Bischoff. So we know that they are all here, and they will do anything to protect the back of Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and that means preventing Luger from winning the title here tonight. Luger must stay focused. He must try to get not only a win, but get a quick win. And when I'm saying quick, I don't mean early in the match. I mean something quick to where maybe a small package or something to where it would surprise them to the point to where they could not counterattack. So, the biggest title in sports, the biggest title in our sport on the biggest television program in the third hour, live on Nitro's here. Here we go.
And there's a man with the world's biggest ego in there, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
And the world's most prestigious title as well.
Yes, sir. And on the 100th program of Nitro. And you know, Brain, you're right about the biggest ego, but you know, you gotta have that.
Sure.
You've gotta have an ego to the point to where you really feel that no one can ever beat you. And of course, if you got Hall and Nash, you got the Wolfpack behind you, that usually comes to pass.
You know, like Mike says, Hogan's been down this road. He's had some battles. I've been part of them, and I know what he can do, and I know what he can't do. Pressure never bothered this man.
Luger counters with his own hammerlock, and Hogan quickly seeks refuge to the ropes.
And who has more confidence and momentum on their side than the total package, Lex Luger, who has racked the world in the past few months on Nitro.
The world, including Hollywood Hogan. Tell you what, Hogan's going right into this, guys.
Yep.
You know, he's locked up with him now a couple of times. How many times have we seen Hogan go outside and really stall for time? But this time he hooked right up with him, and Luger shrugged him off.
You know, when he got in the ring, I thought he'd be a little more standoffish. I thought he'd take longer making it to the ring. I thought he'd make Luger wait his game. But no, he got right in that ring. He's playing his belt, got right in the ring, one right up to Luger's face. He's got some confidence, or he knows something.
Well, there comes a time, and you talk about ego, when you're so cocky and so confident in your abilities that you feel that, yeah, I can do it on my own. I can wrestle with the guy. Maybe this is the moment. And a little shove from Hogan back in the corner. And that's a good move by Luger. Walked to the center of the ring and stopped.
Feeling out process in the early going. Who has the best game plan, the best strategy? That's going to determine who walks away from Auburn Hills, Michigan with the World's Heavyweight Championship.
Got to clear your head, and Hogan now with a gut shot with the foot. And now here goes Hollywood Hogan, pounding away. And people will tell you who've been in the ring against him that he is truly one of the hardest hitters this sport has ever seen.
There's no doubt about it. I've been hit by him. I've been picked up by him. I've had his hands around my neck. I know how powerful this man is. And with the mean streak he has in him, he's not going to be easy to beat.
Hogan back to the attack again. Now Hogan, relentless.
Yeah, see how the wrestling holds.
But Luger, he's got that determination that won't stop.
Elbow. Now, a point that Larry Zbyszko brought up earlier. Hogan does not have to beat Luger.
That's right.
Luger has to beat Hogan. So Hogan will do everything, break every rule, stretch every rule possible in this matchup.
But don't forget, Luger, a former world champion, he realizes that. Because he knew when he was a champion, everybody was gunning for him.
Fans think of the attributes it takes to become a champion. Two men, both of them have it right there. One of them is heart, pulling yourself back up. Early in the match here, Luger trying to do just that. Got to his knees. Hogan will help him up the rest of the way, and that was a gut shot, almost a low blow.
Oh, what impact, the running clothesline in the corner.
And he's the man that invented that.
Yes, he did.
I've seen him follow many people in. I've seen the sweat fly. And he nails you.
Certain air of Hulk Hogan, as you know, certain way he walks, but even more so when he's in command of the match. Almost as if he's demanding the man. He has not attempted a pin here, and it goes back to the old point. He does not have to pin Luger. Luger has had his shoulders down various amounts of times here, and he has gone with chokeholds, illegal moves. No lateral press yet from the world champ. At first,
well, I think he knows when he's in there with Luger. You know how powerful Luger is. He can tell how much Luger has left. He knows if he covered Luger, Luger probably pushes the way out of it. Luger's in tremendous physical shape.
We've said before, when Luger and the Giant were the team, the Giant was the biggest, Luger the strongest. And you're seeing the power coming back. Luger sending Hogan to the top turnbuckle. Maybe a little indecisive maneuver that time, but he's going to the midsection. And Lex Luger has unleashed a fury here.
Well, he knows if he wants it, this is the time to go get it. He's going to have to go after him.
Randy Anderson moved him away, and Hogan took advantage.
The veteran.
Yes. Well, another attribute of being a champ, take advantage of the situation. And you saw it. We have to step out for a commercial break. If the match ends during the break, we'll show you what happened. Come on back with us.
He's not going to cover him. You're right about that, Schiavone.
Yeah, you're right. Fans, welcome back. And the match still continues here as Hogan and Luger are really going at it. And I mean, this is a big-time confrontation for wrestling's most coveted prize. And right now, the world champ, Mike Tenay, is in charge.
Well, Hogan has been in control during the break, including taking the shortcut of using a steel chair over the head of Luger.
Shortcut is right. Synonymous with NWO. Come on! He got it too that time, and there was his first attempt at a pin. And Luger down, but I think Hogan even looked at Randy Anderson saying, I need to pin him now. I think Hogan realizes that if he's going to pin Luger, he needs to pin him right here. After being bashed by the chair, he picks him up, and a belly-to-belly, center of the ring.
Let's see if he goes for the cover.
No! Leg on the rope.
Smart move by Luger. He didn't use any energy. He knew where he was. He knew they'd break it. He put his leg over.
Hogan,
very smart.
Hogan thought momentarily it was a 3, but no, foot was on the rope. So positioning a big part here.
Listen to Hogan give him the bad mouth, referring to him as a Hollywood wannabe. Oh my.
He knocked him down and the sweat was flying out the pecs that time. 1, 2. Oh, 2 count. Now starting to intimidate Randy Anderson.
I think Hogan's getting frustrated.
I think so too, but Randy Anderson's been down the road, fans. You know as well as I do. He will not be intimidated. Oh, Hogan hitting as hard as we've ever seen in this matchup. Again. Calling for the break. How much more reserve does Lex Luger have? Remember, this began when Luger was in the corner with Hogan and Randy Anderson pulled him out. Remember that?
Hogan on the attack, choking Luger, throttling him in the corner, taking his wind away.
Well, he realizes he's got to do it now, because if Luger gets a second wind, I don't know if he can be stopped. One thing he doesn't want to do is throw him out on that floor. He's got to keep him in that ring.
Foot to the face. 2.
Hogan again upset at the count of referee Randy Anderson and not staying focused.
He's getting frustrated. It's getting to him.
But remember, and we look at Luger when Hogan stands up, and Luger not getting up at all. So, doesn't seem to be much left. There's his leg drop.
That's it. That's it.
Cover 1, 2, and he kicked out.
Kicked out of Hogan. Hollywood Hogan's finishing maneuver. That's won him the title. That's
Do it
beaten.
again.
You know how many people he's beaten with that maneuver?
Superhuman effort on the part of Luger to kick out.
Now here comes Luger. He feels it. He hears it.
Got him down. Scott Hall is in. Scott Hall goes down. There they are. Outsiders are down. The
They're all
Macho
here.
Man is up. He's down. And the match continues. Luger caught Hogan.
Crowley with that forearm.
Macho Man.
There goes Savage.
He's
There goes
fighting off
Hall.
all of them.
He smells it.
He's gonna wreck him. They're standing in Detroit.
Yes.
He's got him in the rack. He's got him in the rack.
Hogan's a chance. Hogan's a chance.
Look at him tap out.
Luger won the title. Luger won the title. Lex Luger won the title.
Luger's a champion. Luger's a champion. Luger defeats Hogan.
Incredibly, Lex Luger is the heavyweight champion of the world.
It is celebration time in the Motor City.
We continue at Fall Brawl with this one fall tag team grudge match. Introducing team number 1, representing World Championship Wrestling. First, from the Jersey Shore, DDP Diamond Dallas Page.
Oh my! At the end of WCW Monday Nitro from Milwaukee, just 6 days ago, Diamond Dallas Page and Lex Luger made a pact, made a handshake. That was after interim commissioner Roddy Piper took them out of War Games. And now, since what happened to Kurt Hennig earlier tonight, I almost wish they were back in it. And hopefully they would see fit to get back in it should Kurt Hennig not be able to come out.
Yeah, there's no report yet on what's happened to Kurt Hennig. And that's the important thing. I think we have to find out.
At least we know the Giants are one piece if anybody should need them. But that's one for the New World Order, baby, down the tubes.
His tag team partner is from Chicago, Illinois. The Total Package, Lex Luger.
Do not forget you're only one torture rack away from going home. There you see it. Maybe the most recognizable upper body in all of pro sports.
God, looks like he's just chiseled out of stone.
Well, he didn't go with deal with me with Richard Simmons. This man worked out hard in the gym.
All right. As we rapidly approach the lowering of the cage, before we go there, this is going to be nothing less than a wild Donnybrook. Two men who are back together again. Luger, Page, two of the greatest, most phenomenal athletes in the world must face the NWO.
Team number 2, representing the New World Order. First, accompanied to the ring by Miss Elizabeth from Sarasota, Florida, Macho Man Randy Savage.
With Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was Scott Hall.
Oh, boy.
No, he's got a darker beard.
Oh, okay, you're right.
How about this? Go get him, guys. Yeah, nail him.
Oh, you're right. He's a little taller, too, than she is.
Anything else?
Yeah, she's the one with the bigger arms.
I know her cologne's a lot better.
New World Order. Wow. For life.
got calves, too.
Cattle? She's got cattle?
Calves, calves.
Oh, yeah. Jams, you mean. Jams.
Fearing for my life, I'm going to have no part of this repartee. The Macho Man is in the ring with Miss Elizabeth. And
Speaking of Scott Hall, where is the coward?
yeah, we're going to leave that up to David Penton.
And his tag team partner, he's one half of the WCW World Tag Team Champions, Scott Hall.
One part of the tag team champions of the world, Scott Hall.
You know, I wish Luger and Diamond Dallas Page didn't have such a busy schedule, because I'm on the golf course a lot, but when I was active, I used to like the mat with Scott Hall. He's so easy to beat, it's funny. I wish I had the time to tell Luger and Page just a couple little tricks. They'd have no problem with this jerk.
Member of the New World Order. And proud of it.
WCW NWO Battle Tag Team.
Scott Hall, one half of the WCW NWO Tag Team Champions, which is not on the line tonight.
You think they don't get the guts to put anything on the line?
Well, it's going to be interesting now, Larry, to see what Piper's going to do now that he's running the ship.
He's going to force them to put it on the line. That's what he's going to do.
You know, he's got a very twisted mind. He can come up with some matches you'd never think of.
Scott Hall already picking out the man that he wants. He is the intimidator, there is no question. All right. Wow. What an emotional roller coaster this night has been.
Really, Savage already on the top rope. You got to keep your eye on him. It's going to be a great game of human chess. New World Order just lost one, guys. Let's make it 2 in a row.
It'd be nice to see that big man Scott Hall up in that torture rack, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, it would.
Would it be nice to see Savage take a diamond cutter?
Yes, it would. It would be nicer to see a torture rack that he would not let go of. Luger focused. Let's not forget Luger. If you think about the different blemishes on the NWO year, thorns in their side, you got to think about Luger winning the World Heavyweight title, defeating Hollywood Hulk Hogan. And Luger is fired up here tonight.
Yeah, Luger is pumped, and I tell you, Scott Hall will never match this man, you know, muscle for muscle.
And I think Scott Hall realizes that, guys. He's a very intelligent wrestler. I know you guys were kind of ripping on him, and I know where you're coming from. I understand, but you can't deny what have the ability of Scott Hall.
Scott Hall is one of the most overrated wrestlers in the industry.
Oh, wow.
Savage is the one I'm surprised at. Savage comes from tradition. Why did Savage sell his soul to the New World Order?
Getting a little bit personal here, isn't it, there, legend? Into the ropes to the far side, Scott Hall and Lex Luger.
Hey, look at him!
Throws them together. Luger gonna take the measure of both men, and they erupt here.
Well, what Savage and Hall have to do right now is regroup. Get outside and figure out a way. Look at this.
Yeah, too much power. Yeah, there you go. Dump him on the outside.
Have a meeting.
See? Here's Scott Hall's usual position, just laying there on his back.
I've never seen Luger this focused.
Exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say, Brain. Have you ever seen Lex Luger this way before, even in a title match?
No. No, you can see it in his eyes. You can see every vein in his body, every muscle. You can see the intensity there. He wants this one. Like I said, and like you know and Larry knows, Savage just brings out this mental state in you of being totally nuts. He'll make you lose your mind.
Actually, the NWO does, and as the fans in unison show the sign of the diamond cutter, that means here he comes. You know, one good thing, and I guess it's a good thing, but the one thing I've always liked about DDP was the fact that he'll say it himself, he doesn't care. A lot of times, wins or losses does not matter to him. He just wants to get in to prove a point, to take the NWO down a notch.
Pretty hard to beat a guy that don't care.
That's right.
A diamond from the gutter to the penthouse, and He does care. I mean, he may not say he cares about this and that, but right here against the New World Order, Diamond Dallas Page cares.
Well, you know, I
But
guess
he will sacrifice his body.
that's right. Maybe the right word here is fearless. It's like racers on the NASCAR circuit, the Winston Cup circuit. They're fearless. They're fearless of the speed.
Well, he
Page-
cares about winning, but he doesn't care about what he has to do to
That's
win.
right. He is.
Look at Hall is wobbly. Hit him again.
And Diamond Dallas measuring Scott Hall. A pickup. Atomic drop. And yeah, you can see that one hurt.
I know Diamond's enjoying the pain, but stay on him.
Spins him around. He ducked. Both men duck to the midsection. Page will pick him up. And he pancaked him down.
But don't leave him. Don't leave him. Go for it.
And he ducks the Macho Man.
Caught Savage sleeping.
How about the right jab? A short right jab. The Macho Man is down.
Just like Luger single-handedly, DDP and Luger have left
Oh boy.
the NWO, but not for long,
How
maybe.
about that? That right jab put the Macho Man in the right position, but the wrong time for DDP. And here comes Savage. And the Macho Man with a chokehold after the knee, found the back of the head. Oh boy, this one is just draining us here.
Well, I tell
This
you,
whole night is.
Savage and Hall knows they have to go all out to beat Luger and Diamond Dallas Page. I don't think they can do it, but Savage, he's a good player of the chess game in there. No question about it.
I'm telling Luger, move the referee out of the way and get your shots in. Come on.
This is war.
That's what it is.
It's war.
Up and down. Don't you think for a moment they wouldn't shove the referee out of the way to get in? I'm talking about the NWO 1, 2, and no. It'll take more than that to keep Page down. We know that. We've known that, and I think the NWO knows it as well. Oh,
Look at Savage. He's taking the shortcuts. Going right for the chokeholds. That's a blatant choke.
well, Larry, you knew that would be a part of their game plan.
And he knows it's war. He's been there. He knows what to do.
And don't forget, when the cage is lowered next, anything goes. Chokeholds, whatever it takes to destroy the other team. Maybe already a notch taken out of the Horsemen. We've not heard yet if Hennig will come out or not.
You know, there's a reason we haven't heard too. I don't know what it is, but it's not good.
I'm sure if it was good news, we would have heard.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe he is. Yeah, I think it's not going to be good news.
Come
for
on,
WCW
Page.
fans.
Fight out of that corner.
Diamond Dallas. Tagged.
Boy, he's tall, but he's not that tall.
Scott Hall.
Well, this is a different Luger. I wouldn't want to make him mad right now.
No, I wouldn't, but I tell you, he is between the mats, between the ring.
Come on. Get the referee. Can't kick him between there.
Now, as Luger is,
He can't kick him between there.
well,
He did.
the referee now just admonishing Scott Hall. But what we have right now, basically, and I don't know if Luger's stuck or caught. There's Elizabeth raking the hair in the eyes of Page. We have a 2-on-1. Yeah, he's still down. A 2-on-1 in favor of the Horsemen here, or in favor of the NWO. Oh! Speared him.
Threw him right to Hall, that coward. Come on.
I think this is the first time tonight we've seen him use two rings.
It is the first time, and the referee letting it go on.
Well, the referee's pointing to the other one. That's not. Can you throw him over the rope as long as he doesn't hit the floor, right?
I guess you can.
I guess this is war. You can do anything. I don't know.
I guess as long as he does not hit the floor, it's not a DQ. And Page goes over again. Page, fortunately, that time his leg.
Come on, they're playing ping pong with the guy, ref.
His leg hit the mat.
He's
hit the
supposed to
ring.
be making tags, Tony.
I know that, Larry, but. Now, do not forget that as we went into this match, during the course of the weekend, it was announced no outside interference, and there must be a winner. With that in mind, basically, the referee was down.
I mean, think about this.
He hit the referee.
Hall just knocked out the referee.
I told you.
And then Elizabeth is sticking his nails in.
This is the first time.
Disqualify them.
You know, Larry, this is the first time I can really remember where Elizabeth has gotten this involved. It shows you how the NWO, what's going through their mind now. They're concerned, they're worried. And look at Elizabeth turning on here.
And Mark
Oh,
Curtis.
the referee is down. There's no law and order in there.
We need a new referee, and I believe one is on its way.
Somebody to do something about
I
this.
tell you, it's like I said, these guys are scared to death.
Like I said, this is war.
Mickey J is coming out to look over Mark Curtis.
Uh-oh, look out, Mickey.
This is sick. This is not a part of our
do
sport.
something about this!
What? Where are you going?
Damn it!
Wait, Larry, come.
Larry, you're what?
Ladies and gentlemen, Larry Zbyszko has left our broadcast location. The fans are erupting, and he is walking to the ring.
And he's got a head of steam on him, Schiavone. He is beside himself.
There you go.
Look at Zbyszko.
Larry Zbyszko is out.
He wants Hall. He wants Scott Hall.
The fans are standing. Oh, what a moment. Get him, Larry. Get in the ring.
Meanwhile, Savage and Liz are doing a heck of a number over here
You're right.
on DDP.
Scott Hall is begging Zbyszko to get in. I think Larry's too smart for that.
Larry, get back here.
If he ducks his head through the ropes, Scott will clip him. Keep your eyes on the man. Oh, what a scene.
Larry's too smart for that, though.
What a reckless scene we have. You see Luger starting to peek his head up between the rings. Zbyszko.
Look at Zbyszko.
Yeah, he's
not
smart.
gonna duck his head.
The fans want him in. They're standing. They're cheering. And here comes Luger.
Hall has no idea Luger is up.
That's good.
Good, Zbyszko. Good.
Larry knows what's going on. Here comes Luger. Scott Hall doesn't realize he's between a rock and a hard place. Oh! Luger! Larry, count 1, 2, 3. How about that? It's over. It's over.
They want to make their own rules. We'll make our own.
We'll make our own rules. You lost. Go home.
Ladies and gentlemen, Slim Jim is proud to present WCW Halloween Havoc and the main event of the evening. This match is sanctioned by World Championship Wrestling and the Nevada State Athletic Commission. This will be a steel cage grudge match. There are no rules. The survivor, if there is a survivor, will be declared the winner. Are you ready?
I am. You all right, Tony?
Wrestling fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance here at the MGM Grand of Las Vegas and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
From high above the MGM Grand, the cage awaits
I'm standing for this one.
the final conflict between two of the greatest stars professional wrestling has ever seen.
You know, Tony, their careers paralleled each other for about the last 15 years. Piper's got 2 victories over this man. Can he do it the 3rd time?
Well, it started right here, Tony.
Sure did. Over 1 year in the making.
What a filibuster they had here to get us to this point in time.
That'll go down as one of the greatest verbal confrontations
Ever.
in the ring.
Ever.
That happened here last year. And you know, one of the most amazing things was we knew Hogan was here. We had not seen Piper.
Gentlemen, I don't see any NWO members.
Well, we know they're in the house. We know one of them, Macho Man Randy Savage, was beat up pretty good.
See now, this is a smoke screen right here. He seems to me to be a lot more confident than he should be. We know what's going through his mind.
Yeah, this is the guy earlier that was ready to get his boots back and head out of here.
The cage is there. It's in
Coming to
place.
the cage at this time. He's wearing black and weighs in at 275 pounds. He comes to us from Hollywood, California, and is known by face and name the world over. He is now the leader of the New World Order, an organization obsessed with total control of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the legendary and reigning undisputed WCW NWO Heavyweight Champion of the World, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Notice the cage. There are many different cage matches or cages in pro wrestling. This is not the one that is hooked to the ring post. This is the one that gives a little leeway around the apron as well.
Here we go, guys. Sometimes the picture is worth 1,000 words, and this is what it's all about.
Watch his eyes. That'll tell it all. Watch his eyes. I've seen this man focus before.
Storm is a-brewing. You can hear the thunder and see the lightning.
And now, making his entrance to the cage, wearing Piper plaid and weighing in at 225 pounds. He is a native of Glasgow, Scotland, who now resides in Portland, Oregon. He comes to this cage match representing no wrestling organization or affiliation, as he is truly the lone wolf of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the man known as the Icon, Rowdy Roddy Piper.
He has the belt in his possession. Although, as you know, Hogan, as you heard Michael Buffer say, is still the champion. But it's been one of those things to where Piper and even Sting, although we haven't heard Sting speak, has said, you want it, come and get it. And now, the cage.
Yeah,
and now the battle we've waited for, guys.
Yeah, they've just closed that door, guys. Look at this cage.
And look at Hogan. He's on the floor. He don't want any part of Roddy Piper.
Man, what a spectacle we are witnessing here at Slim Jim's Halloween Havoc.
It's a sight. I
Yeah,
mean, it is really
unbelievable. Look at the steel, boys.
Can Piper win the trifecta here?
That's right.
I think he can.
Sleeper once, sleeper twice.
But I'll tell you, I've
Shut
been in
up,
a lot
you
of
idiots.
battles with Hogan, and I've managed a lot of top athletes against this man. He gets ready for the big ones.
He's been in all the big ones. And to be what we want to happen, he must be beat in this cage match tonight.
The door locked. And Hogan, as we have seen with the NWO many, many times, has run. Well, it's locked shut right now. And Piper just waiting for him in the ring.
And he don't look too confident now, does he? He's not playing his guitar right now, is he?
No, he's not.
He's running.
Piper gives chase. Hogan's gonna try to climb out of here.
Yeah, right away, he's going for it.
Piper's whipping him.
Piper's got a belt or something that he's whipping Hogan with. And now he takes a big old chunk.
Yeah, he's biting him right there where he sits, boys.
He thought he was going to chew him up and spit him out.
And he's starting from the get-go here.
Bon appetit. That's living high on the hog, isn't it?
Here we go. The fight to the finish. Between Hogan and Piper.
Ah, man, taking chunks out of him. Take chunks out of him.
Piper's just stalking him.
That's what he's doing.
He's stalking him.
Piper has no intentions of making this any semblance of a wrestling match, guys.
No, and he's doing what he said.
That's right. This is a caged war.
And this is what he does best.
You're not getting
He never says he wrestles a man. He always says he fights a man. Notice that. He's ready to fight.
I comes to fights, he says.
You know, I have witnessed many great wrestlers and many great fighters over the years calling this great sport. Piper is the greatest fighter of them all.
And he looks in great shape.
Of course he does.
But in a match like this...
Oh,
He seems more comfortable, Brain, in this situation than
yeah.
Hogan does.
Oh, yeah.
you guys notice something here?
What is that?
There is absolutely, unless I've missed it,
No, you're right.
no
None.
referee to be
None.
found.
Don't need one.
No referee to be found.
Don't need one.
This represents WCW, NWO. There is a referee on the outside as we look. It's
Man,
Randy Anderson, but he's
Go ahead
only out
with it.
there to call him out. And now Piper pummeling Hollywood Hogan.
This is what he does best. This is where Piper was raised, in the streets, in the alleys. Grew up, started this sport when he was 15 years old. A hard fight is nothing new to this, man. He'll climb to the top with you, too. Bite him again.
That's right, bite him again.
Oh,
Or do that.
That is right.
Whatever it takes.
Low blows are legal.
Anything illegal. That's why the referee is just in there to call it off. Piper said, you saw at the beginning of our program, Piper said, I will finish him once and for all in the cage. And here is one of the reasons the cage is there as a weapon.
You have to be a half animal to get in a cage like this. Whoa! He tasted the steel first, guys.
You know, and this isn't like that Cyclone fence. This is steel. That's just iron bars there.
He tasted the steel first, guys.
But now it's Hogan on the offense here. Stomping Piper. And let's also let you in on something. There is a steel beam that runs at the bottom of that ring post that connects all the ring posts. The back of Piper's head was up against it.
Well, here he is.
And he's gonna try to escape the cage. If he can get out, it's gonna be over.
Get him back in there.
Both men came out at the same time. And now they have gone out of the parameters of the steel cage.
Yes, they have.
Oh! He slammed him. He slammed the door. Flush on the face of Roddy Piper.
Did he take a shot?
And look at the eyes of Piper right here.
Again. That time he had the hands up to block it. That time he missed with it. Oh, he didn't that time. The left arm caught between the steel beams there. Hogan is going to drive him to the safety rail.
And drive him he did.
That's it. I'm out of here. I don't need this. I'm out of here.
What do you mean you're out of here?
What's going on here?
What do you mean you're out of here? Yeah, run away from it. It's what you wanted to do all night.
Hey, Piper take a couple of shots with that door.
Oh, Piper can barely stand.
But he's still getting up, and he's making his way to get his hands on it.
Uh-oh.
He sees something he don't like.
Oh, I think we know. Well, at least
You never know.
you never know. I mean,
We know, but we don't know.
he is standing there holding off Hogan. You know, earlier I thought it was Sting, but it was Hogan dressed up as Sting, apparently. And I can only assume that this is Sting holding Hogan at bay here as they go back to the cage at Slim Jim's Halloween
Put him
Havoc.
back in it.
Absolutely put him back in.
Oh, look at this.
Slam him in it, Chris.
Put the animal back in the cage. Sting's still making his way towards the ring.
Sting, as we said before, making Hogan stay. As Randy Anderson locks the cage again.
Look at Piper.
Yeah, pulling himself up right here, guys. They've taken some heavy blows into that steel cage right here. You see Hogan just disorientated as he falls back out to the floor.
Hogan out of here.
Hogan says, I'm out of here, but it's been locked.
I don't think Hogan can climb up to the top and go over.
I don't think he can either. You're talking about emotion, adrenaline, the physical attributes of the men combined with the repeated batterings against the cage and the safety rail. That's why these two men can barely stand. But it's their hatred they have for each other that's driving them onward.
And they hate each other.
Hogan fights back.
Yeah, got him right in the eye right there. Whoa,
Piper
up against the rail, up against the cage.
Yeah, kisses the cage. Piper kisses the cage again. That time, the steel beam right down the bridge of the nose.
But look at Piper. He's only going in one direction. He's still going after Hogan.
They're going to try to climb out.
He's going to get Hogan.
As Hogan tries to escape again.
Put the bite on him.
The confines of the steel cage in the most grueling, most
Here
anticipated.
comes Sting. Well, hey.
You got me.
Yep, I'm telling you guys, stings galore. Stings galore here.
They are making sure this remains in the ring. I say they because I don't know who that is. Remember, wasn't too long ago we saw many stings on Nitro. As a 16,000 plus jam-packed arena in Las Vegas watches on, they scale back down. 2 stings are out.
2 of the biggest names in our sport. Let's come to this.
Whoa! What a right hand, guys.
So much force still from Hollywood Hogan.
He's getting something.
He sure is. Something in his hand that he dug down deep in his trunks for, his tights for.
Don't forget, Piper asked for it.
Oh, man, now he starts to whip him with that big leather strap.
I think that's all he was doing there. Dream was taking his strap off, his belt off. And he has strapped Piper, and now the foot to the throat. Nobody to call this one off. Nobody to come to rescue here. Hogan falls off and flattens Roddy Piper.
And like you said, a lot of force behind them right hands right here.
I told you Hogan's been here before for the big ones. You didn't think he'd come back, but he'll fight you. He really will fight you. Listen to that.
I can do this all night long. Yes.
Because I can do this all night long.
And actually, he probably could. Hollywood Hogan.
He's leaving.
He is. Trying to climb out of it.
I don't know if Piper can get to him.
Well, Piper's in a bad mess right there, laying in the middle of the ring right there. Hogan going up to the top, guys. If he gets over this thing, well, who knows what will happen. Look at that shot right there, guys.
Boy,
unbelievable.
Tremendous camera work.
And one of the stings you can see down on the outside.
Hogan don't know what he's crawling into, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's surrounded by Sting. Look at this.
He's got him stopped right there.
What are you doing?
There's no place for him to go.
Not at all, but back up to meet Piper. Look at this. They're on either side of this cage.
How high up do you think they are?
Another 25 feet, maybe.
Oh, my goodness.
30 feet in the air here.
Got him high up right here, boy. You got to be careful. Don't make a mistake.
Where's Piper going with him?
They are sitting on top of the cage.
And now yet another Sting slowly comes to the ring. And another Sting
coming down the aisle.
Coming down the aisle here at the MGM Grand.
Oh.
That makes 4 that we've accounted for.
Hogan's going back down.
That looks like 5
That looks, you're right. There comes another one, makes 5.
that we've accounted for.
If there's 5, there's 50 probably.
Well, here goes Piper now. He's on the outside.
On the right side.
Piper trying to get to the floor first here.
That's a long drop, guys. Serious injury right here. You drop from that height.
Uh-oh. Oh, look at this.
Back over.
No, I don't think he's doing that. He's pulling his head, his throat across the top of the cage, trying to choke him out with the cage.
Piper is lifeless almost.
Trying to work him back over now. Got him by the back of the tights right there. Pulling on him, kicking on him on top of the cage.
Now
look at Piper.
Mount to come back. Here they go again.
He's coming back in after him, boys.
Another Sting makes it a shot, and there's another. Well, they're everywhere. Which one is Sting? Everywhere Hogan turns, there is Sting. Every time he is in the cage, there is Piper.
If he's not looking at Sting, he's looking at Piper. Those are 2 people he don't want to see.
And now using the shirt to choke Hogan. Hogan's got the world title belt. Oh, and Piper just gets glommed.
You're a victim now. You're a victim.
Hogan said you're a victim now.
Well, he's dragging him like a piece of meat right there, guys. Standing over him now.
Oh, look at this.
Into the belt.
Pounding the back of his head.
Talk about a migraine.
Who's the man?
Both men severely injured. As you can see.
Big leg drop.
Did Hogan leg drop.
Get over here. Count him out.
Calling with the referee to get in and count him out. Again.
Another leg drop.
The world title belt, 2 leg drops. 1, 2. He kicks out.
He's got something left.
You're not kidding, he does.
And look at Hogan. He can't understand it. He can't believe this.
He's calling for help.
He better call for help.
Well, there's a fight getting ready to break out here now. We already got one going in the ring.
Savage just blew right by those stings.
And they didn't try to stop him.
Not at all.
Savage going up on top.
He's going in.
From the top. Unbelievable. What? No, no. Unbelievable. Is he going to jump, Tony? He jumped. He caught Hogan.
He got Hogan.
He caught Hogan and Savage goes out. He jumped from the top of the
He
cage.
got a sleeper.
Can he do it the third time?
The sleeper's on.
Can he do it the third time? He's dropping. He's dropping.
He's got it again. Randy Anderson poised. Checking Hogan. Arm is up for
That's
one.
one.
It's up. And down for 2.
He's out. He's out.
Here it comes. It's
Bring it. It's over. He beat him. He beat him again.
Roddy Piper.
He did it.
Once again, Piper has come through. Eric Bischoff shoved past a Sting to come in the ring.
He's moved to the other side, guys. Watch out.
If I was in the hospital with both arms and legs broken in a body cast, I'd crawl to see that one.
The one we've all been waiting for.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next
Sting against
match.
the
It's for
NWO
the
and Hogan.
WCW United
Prestigious
States
title in our
Heavyweight
sport.
Championship. In this one fall contest, there is no disqualification. Anything goes, and there must be a winner. Introducing first, he represents the New World Order. From Robbinsdale, Minnesota, the WCW United States Heavyweight Champion, Kurt Hennig.
This match is no disqualification for the U.S. Heavyweight title. And before the match gets underway, certainly Sting and Hogan, the biggest match in the history of pro wrestling that we will bring you shortly after Christmas next month. But let's not also forget that the winner of Sting and Hogan will go on to Super Brawl in February to face the winner of tonight's 60-man 3-ring World War III. If it's Sting, let's say, and let's say Luger wins tonight, it could be Luger and Sting at Super Brawl. What a matchup that would be. But suppose a member of the NWO wins tonight and Hogan defeats Sting. Hogan will defend against a member of the NWO at Super Brawl. There's so many possible matchups. Just very intriguing to be a part of WCW at this time.
Well, there's a man, Kurt Hennig, a champion, who knows that Ric Flair wants his hide. He wants to come back and win this 60-man battle royal and go on to meet the champion of the world. He's got a lot on his mind tonight.
Now let's think of the guys like Glacier and Ernest Miller, Ming and the Barbarian, Disco Inferno and Saturn, and Yuji Nagata, Ultimo Dragon, Regal, Taylor, Steiners, Riggs, Raven, McMichael, Alex Wright, Goldberg. These guys and Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero, these guys have had battles already, and they got to come back later on. Right now we go back to David Pinger.
Ladies and gentlemen, the challenger from Charlotte, North Carolina. He is 13-time heavyweight champion of the world, Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
As Flair makes his way to the ring here, we need to add a little bit to this. We are not so sure if Scotty Riggs, if Bill Goldberg, either of those men can make it to the 60-man 3-ring battle royal.
Now, taking a look at both of them earlier, I think it's going to be very difficult for them to even consider coming back in the 3-ring battle royal. Tony, the long-term implications, the long-term ramifications in this battle between World Championship Wrestling and the New World Order mean that tonight's matchup, this three-ring battle royal, is almost on a par with that Hogan-Sting bout next month.
Well, Mike, you know what's at stake here. If they have to wrap themselves up, super glue themselves together, put a cast on, crawl, they're going to be here if they can. There's no way, because the prize is too big not to compete for. Woo, he is here.
Ric Flair and Curt Hennig. Little bit different tone, as you can see, for Ric Flair coming out of the ring. How many times have we seen on Nitro? Have we seen on WCW Saturday Night? Where as a result of what transpired at Fall Brawl, when we all thought Ric Flair would never wrestle again, here 2 months later, he has rebounded to go back in the ring. But how many times have we seen Ric Flair literally chase Curt Hennig down from a dead sprint? This time Flair walked to the ring very calmly, realizing that the rules are such, being no rules, that he can use the match to get what he wants. And I'm not so sure Flair, again, still wants to be U.S. champ. I know it's a prestige, he'd love to be the champ, but Flair certainly wants to get the hands on Curt Hennig.
It's probably almost secondary to getting a hold of Hennig again. Tony, as you mentioned, this a return bout from Halloween Havoc, which was a disqualification win for Hennig when Flair snapped. Tonight, no disqualification, anything goes, and the hard feelings between those two certainly date back to that Fall Brawl when Hennig not only turned on the Four Horsemen, they joined the NWO, he slammed that steel cage door on Flair's head, sent him to the hospital. Remember that Flair refers to that as his wake-up call.
All right, and also remember this. He looked right in the eyes of Arn Anderson and took his position as a horseman, lying all the time.
Fans, we are just moments away from the biggest battle royal the sport has ever seen. We are moments away from 60 men in 3 rings. Moments away of seeing who will go on to February to face either Sting or Hollywood Hogan. You are now moments away from one of the biggest matches ever, combined with Starrcade coming up in December. The greatest time to be a fan of pro wrestling. And certainly enjoying what you're seeing here as Flair goes face first.
Well, maybe we'll change our mind about that focused Ric Flair.
Hennig with a right hand to the side of the head of Flair. Now remember, here are 2 men who are in a tough spot. They're going to give it their all. They're going to fight everywhere in this arena here at the Palace of Auburn Hills. In a few moments, they're going to be 2 of the 60 men to come back to the ring.
Intensity in both these men, how much they hate each other, how much they want to get their hands on each other. And I'll tell you, in the back of their minds has to be the Battle Royal, has to be World War III. There'll be another day.
And the fact that you look in this arena and that you see 3 rings, it's an intimidating sight as well. 3 rings in a triangular configuration here. Hennig, part of the NWO. And this goes back to the thing, one of the great things about World War III is the fact that it's every man for himself. But when you look over the NWO roster, you realize that they are not going to do that. They're going to stay, I would think, a cohesive unit, and thus, I think, are the biggest factor in this entire 3-ring battle royal that in a few moments we are going to witness.
Well, you'd certainly expect that to be their game plan, their strategy heading into this battle royal as Hennig now uses the cable cord to try and choke Flair. No disqualification.
Well, what I'm going to watch, Mike and Tony, is I want to see if the NWO touch each other. I want to see if there's any physical aggression there inside the members of the NWO.
I don't think it's going to happen.
I don't think it will either.
I really don't. As a matter of fact, remember last year the Giant won it as a member of the NWO. They all celebrated with the Giant in his win. Hennig using the camera cable again. This is no disqualification. Come on, Curt. Hennig.
It's the last man you turn your back on.
You know, Hennig certainly has this bitter rivalry with Ric Flair that we have seen over the past few months. But one of his purposes here may be to take Flair completely out so that he will not be in the 60-man 3-ring battle royal.
You know, I think this rivalry is maybe even more deep-seated than just the last couple of months. There's some interesting parallels between the two. Ric Flair is billed from his criminal hometown of Charlotte But like Hennig, he was born and raised in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Flair grew up following the AWA, trained by Vern Gagne after a football career at the University of Minnesota. He was also a Minnesota State high school wrestling champ, but Hennig has always claimed he's the greatest athlete ever to come out of Minnesota. I think the rivalry between the two goes even deeper than Hennig's betrayal of the Horsemen.
You're right about that. I believe that too. Look at this. You've never seen Flair do this. To the floor.
Flair up top to the box handle, and he caught Curt Hennig, or did he? Flair hit hard. I think Flair may have landed on a foot, maybe twisted an ankle, maybe twisted a knee that time. Hennig's throw went across the safety rail, and Flair's limping.
I'll tell you, that's very dangerous when you go on the floor, and I'll tell you why. There could be a spilled Coke, there could be a spot of water. You know, in a basketball game, you see the ball boys come out, they dry that floor every time somebody's body touches it. And all you got to do is land wrong, your foot moves a half an inch, you can break an ankle or a knee.
Wow, talk about Flair letting it all hang out, but that may be a critical mistake that comes back to haunt him.
Oh boy. Backhand chop from Flair. He's on one leg here. As you can see, just hopping around, but he's got Hennig up against the safety rail. Fans, this very physical, violent matchup that you're seeing, no disqualification for the U.S. title, just the prelude to all three rings filling up from 60 of the finest wrestlers from around the world. We're talking about from many countries. Invitations sent out to many independent organizations. You're going to see wrestlers that you normally wouldn't see part of WCW come out here in the ring a little bit later on to fill out the 60-man, 3 rings in the most anticipated single battle royal the sport's ever seen.
And if Ric Flair did injure his leg or his knee, how effective is the leg going to be when he tries to apply the figure 4 leg lock if he's ever able to?
His leg's got to be in pretty good shape for him to apply that figure 4. I mean, this guy Curt Hennig's got some big legs, and his legs are in good shape now. They're not hurt. I don't think Flair can put that figure 4 on and make Curt Hennig submit. And plus, the last thing he wants to do is go into this 3-ring, 60-man battle royal with a bad wheel.
Well, the fact that what's ahead for the winner of the Battle Royal, and let's think about it, Flair, 13-time former world champ. He has faced Sting. He has faced Hollywood Hogan. Here's a cover now. Here's a 1-2. Only got a 2 count. And he realized that Sting and Hogan on the 28th of December at Starrcade will wrestle in the biggest wrestling match ever. What happened? Randy Anderson.
At the 2 count, Curt Hennig reached across and poked referee Randy Anderson right in the eye.
Well, it's a no disqualification match. Does that mean you can
Poke the referee in the eye,
I
yes.
don't know. I guess it does.
You can also poke an announcer in the eye. Come here, Tony.
Oh, an elbow drop. One. Randy Anderson able to make a 2 count, and that was in. I think maybe the poke in the eye cost Curt Hennig the win that time. But the fact that the winner of the Battle Royal tonight will go on to face the winner of Starrcade, Sting and Hogan, the one match the world has wanted to see. Now only, what, 33 days away, 35 days
Watch
away?
this.
And
Watch
counting.
this.
And counting, and
Scissor stop right on the injured leg.
the injured leg that he injured moments ago from using that high-risk double axe handle from the top.
Well, you can forget the figure 4 now.
Well, we say that. But remember, you don't become a 13-time former world champ if you don't know how to block out the pain. Forget about it.
But he's just not going to have any power if he even has the opportunity to put on that figure 4.
You can block out the pain, but if you don't have anything in the leg, forget it.
Now remember, coming up in the World War III Battle Royal, that figure 4 is not needed. Just throw your man out to the floor.
Any way you can.
Any way you can. And now Hennig having his way with Ric Flair, going to the legs like you talked about, Mike. And that connected in the lower abdomen.
But Flair's still favoring that ankle. He's hurt that left ankle.
Flair trying to get away, and there's nowhere for him to go here.
Of all things, an unorthodox top rope high-risk move for Flair jumping out to the floor backfires on him. It's a spinning toe hold this time by Hennig.
And now, almost
Standing.
It's an Indian deathlock
Indian
right
deathlock
there.
is exactly what it is. If he lays back on it, Flair may just have to give up. But Flair, now with a chokehold on Hennig, you know, you can just see in Flair's face and that grip, the hatred he has for Hennig. Hennig gets the deathlock and he's slapping Flair in the face.
He may slap him awake. I don't know if he wants to do that.
That's what he may do. Can you believe that these two mega athletes are going to have to get back in the ring for World War III in just a few moments?
Can you imagine when that bell rings and you got 120 hands going in 120 different directions?
Cover? No, not a cover, but the shoulders now to the mat. And Flair pokes him in the eye.
What did we figure out today? A couple tons of weight in those 3 rings tonight.
A lot more than that, yeah.
Thousands and thousands of pounds of the greatest athletes on the face of this earth.
Flair back up one leg, and he goes to the leg of Hennig. Well,
that's what we expected from the dirtiest player in the game.
That's exactly right, and that usually is the beginning of softening up the leg for the figure 4, but we wondered about how effective the figure 4 will be tonight. Hennig trying to get up, Flair to the leg again. Oh, he kicked him for a 360 that time.
Like a Ferris wheel.
Let's
go around.
That's exactly what it was. Flair's going to snapmare him over. Flair, I don't know how much steam he's going to have off the ropes here, but here he goes. Drives the knee down.
He's having trouble getting up. Flair's having a lot of trouble with that left ankle.
Flair calling out to the fans, and Hennig still down.
He still got it, don't he? He can get a woo, he can hit you.
Now pelting the forehead, the bridge of the nose of Hennig. The Nature Boy, Ric Flair, as Randy Anderson checks to see if Hennig can continue, which he can.
Well, I guess if anyone could block out the pain, it's Ric Flair. Talk about a study in perseverance. It was in 1975, just a couple of years into his pro career, that Flair broke his back in 3 places in a plane crash. The pilot was killed. Doctors told Flair he might never walk again, let alone wrestle. Now, 13 World Heavyweight Championship reigns later.
Up and down goes Flair. Landing on the back, you talked about, Mike, today. How many times have we seen him land on the back? Hennig just scoots across to make a cover, and Flair gets out of it. Hennig, that's the best he could do to get over quickly as he could.
I knew it before. I told you this match, no disqualification. Hennig and Flair was going to take its toll on both of these men. So now they've got to come back in the 60-man battle royal. The very next match, that's hard to do.
Now, I know a bunch of athletes in the back watching are enjoying this, not only because they know how great a match it is when Flair and Hennig are in the ring, the fact that two of the favorites have had a lot of steam taken out from them even before they get in the ring in the 60-man battle royal. Hennig.
Whoa, it's a chop fest.
Just pounding. Flair goes face first. Hennig falls down, but he cannot make a cover. Flair is front side.
Have him on his back, get him on his back.
Here it is, 1, 2. No, didn't get it. Oh, what a physical matchup.
Well, they've been into the stands, they've been over by the cameras, they've been on the floor, they've been over the hockey boards, over the guardrail, back in the ring. They're still standing there toe-to-toe, hitting each other.
Amazingly that either man can stand. Flair,
come here, you.
Did you see the look in his face that time? Almost as if he was shutting out the pain, focusing on something else. And now, right and left combinations, he may have knocked Hennig out here. He slumps down to the middle turnbuckle. Ric Flair grabbing the hair, throwing Hennig all the way to the other side, straddling the ring post.
Look at how slow Flair is to follow up, still favoring the leg.
Sure is. Flair muscles Hennig back to the ropes, sends Hennig to the other side, and he dropped low. An elbow shot, top of the head, uppercut, rocks the head of Hennig back. And Flair, you're right in with him here, fans. It's amazing how much more they have left.
Well, Flair is known as one of the great cardiovascular athletes in professional wrestling, and he's going to need that win.
Boy, is he ever, for the remainder of this one, and for World War III, that, fans, is literally moments, minutes away. At the conclusion of this match, both men go down. I believe their foreheads bumped that time, and both men hit the canvas very, very hard.
And like you said, Tony, everybody's in the back watching this match. When these two men get in the ring for the Battle Royal, I'll tell you, some guys are going to take a shot at those legs and throw them out, whether it's between the ropes or underneath it, and they're not going to be able to save themselves from touching the floor.
Hennig has gone over to ring number 1. They were in ring 2. And Flair follows him in. Remember, no disqualification. Basically, I guess he can pin him anywhere. Flair belly back suplex.
And I wonder if that was a smart move on the part of Flair because he needed that strength from his legs. Gets the cover.
And he's got a 2, and the leg of Curt Hennig made the bottom rope. So that ends that. Can you imagine how it is in the dressing room area right now? I mean, you got guys back there who know that if they win, would get a world title shot that normally may not ever get one. And they are, I bet they're so anxious they'd love to come out right now if they could.
Sure, it's a career maker, opportunity of a lifetime for so many of these competitors. Wrestlers who would never in their careers be given a world title shot, never afforded that kind of a matchup, but the opportunity exists tonight.
It's the opportunity of a lifetime.
Snapmare over, and here goes Hennig. He hangs onto the head of Flair in a great move. Amazing to see how this match ends. Flair, can he put on the figure 4? What does Hennig have left? He's hobbling on one foot as well. Can he put on his Hennigplex? Flair goes upside down. Flair hit the apron, and Flair goes to the floor. Let's see if Hennig follows. No, Hennig falls right down in the middle of the ring.
When Flair went upside down there, he didn't have enough presence in that ankle to land on it, to stabilize himself. That thing collapsed underneath him. That ankle is hurt.
Can they come back to not only win this match, but can they come back for the Battle Royal? Coming up in just a few moments. The burning question. Flair, I think, blocked that one, but still hit very, very hard. Well, you can tell that neither man seemingly has much left.
And you know they're thinking about what's coming up right next. You know that's in the back of their mind, the big one.
Head first to the steel guardrail. Oh.
You can just see it on the face of Ric Flair, what he has endured so far. Now Hennig with jabs. Backhand chop with authority, jutting out that bottom jaw. You can see the determination on the face of Hennig that time. And now trying to intimidate Ric Flair. Grabbing the throat, poking the thumbs up near the windpipe. Hennig and Flair grabbing the midsection, just trying to push Hennig off, and he can't. Oh! You talking about a great counter move. He just ducked low, held onto the singlet, and threw him over his head face first.
Best experience. That's the only thing he had left to do. It's the only thing he could do. He had to reach down and do what he had to do, and he did.
Great last-ditch effort by Flair.
You are seeing hatred just play itself out in the ring here. Flair, Hennig, held onto the ropes.
Favoring the knee when he's brought him in with the suplex.
He couldn't hold him.
Sure couldn't.
He loves to bring him up in the air and hold him up high.
Here's a cover, and Hennig is close to the bottom ropes once again. The hatred that stems not only from the fact that Hennig tried to end the career of Ric Flair, but Hennig, if you think about it, was the man responsible for the demise of the Horsemen.
That's right.
He shook the hand of everyone, of Arn Anderson, as you documented earlier, Mike. And now Ric Flair with the chair. A chair that he is going to attempt to use on Hennig. Oh my. Oh! Across the chair.
It's a unique atomic drop.
That really is. Oh, and he kicked the bottom of the chair on Hennig's leg. Oh my! He's not finished. Hennig cannot get away. He's going to do it again. Randy Anderson tried to stop it, but he could not.
And it's no disqualification. And they both got to come back for the 60-man Battle Royal next. Can they do it?
We may have a broken leg here.
Now they're on equal footing.
Good term, Mike. He may have a broken leg here, and he's got another chair.
Oh,
and the belt.
And the U.S. belt.
Flair's the dirtiest player in this game.
That's what he said. He said he had to go back to the way he used to be. Remember, in that telephone conversation when he talked about his comeback, Hennig is helpless. Hennig cannot get out of the way of the chair. Ric Flair.
Give it up. He's going to break his leg. He won't be able to get in that 60-man Battle Royal. Give it up.
He shows the belt to the fans, throws it on the head of Hennig, showing the world that he's more worried about the leg. Figure four's on. Figure four's on. Can he withstand the pain? Can he withstand the pain?
He's going to give up. Is he going to give up?
1, 2. He got the shoulder up. He got the belt. He got the belt. He hit Flair with the belt. And he's hit him again.
That's the only thing he could do.
I think he knocked him out. 1, 2, he did. It's over. Hennig wins. Curt Hennig wins.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, and still United States Heavyweight Champion, Curt Hennig.
The fact that Flair brought the belt in and he showed everybody, showed Curt Hennig that it was not for the belt, it was personal. It backfired. He threw it within the reach of Hennig and Hennig knocked him out with it. What a match. What a match. And now, that being said and done, Hennig on one leg, Flair is out. Can they come back for World War III, now only seconds away?
Well, you know, Curt Hennig is certainly going to come back for World War III. But Flair, they're going to be able to revive him in time for World War IV.
After we get the intros from Big
Introducing the first participant. He is accompanied to the ring by Scott Hall, the leader of the New World Order, Eric Bischoff, otherwise known as Eazy-E.
Well, here comes Eazy-E. And I think it's only appropriate or really only logical that Scott Hall is here. Because if Bischoff loses tonight, then Larry Zbyszko on January 24th at our next mega event sold out will get his shot at Scott Hall. So Scott Hall is here to prevent that from happening as much as bringing Nitro to the end of the club.
Yeah, but Bret Hart is here too. Hopefully. Yeah, and that's controversy. Would you take a look at this?
Well, this is a huge matchup on so many fronts. You talk about that matchup with Zbyszko and Scott Hall if Larry's successful, but also keep in mind Larry Zbyszko has to win this match for World Championship Wrestling to maintain Monday Nitro.
There's a little steady in the eyes of Eric Bischoff. You've seen him walk there, maybe walking someplace he's never been before and not really sure that he wants to be there, guys.
Is that a game face that he had on?
I'm telling you, he better put it on.
He needs to put it on. I can tell you, the man is petrified. And I say that only because of what has gone on over the last few weeks from the time that he realized that he had to get the match until now.
He was squirming.
Hey, looks pretty good shape though, doesn't it?
Well, we know he has a martial arts background.
Does he ever?
Going to be able to employ that against Zbyszko? Find out.
How uncomfortable is he right now, Eric Bischoff, knowing that the king of the Pressalizer is getting ready to come out and take some sugar time on him, baby. And I'm talking sugar hole.
Well, we hear the Nitro theme. Larry Zbyszko fighting for WCW Money Nitro. Let's go, David Pender.
His opponent has had over 5,000 professional matches and is a two-time World Heavyweight Champion. From Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the living legend, Larry Zbyszko.
I'll tell you what, guys, he's in great shape. I was with him in his training facility. I guarantee you, it's hard to keep him off the golf course, but he's in great shape.
And there's no way that we can be impartial in this matchup.
No, and I'm
No,
not,
we want him
no
to whip
chance.
his butt.
It has
We
to
want
be.
him to go out and whip his butt.
and we've said it before, and I'm going to say it again right here, that hopefully that he'll whip him to the point to where he is like unconscious, and we all get to walk up one by one and slap him right in the mouth.
Paintbrushing?
Paintbrush. Let's not worry about us though, because here's our man.
Tradition, legends are made. Destiny is knocking in this confrontation. Boy, he looks good. You know what? He's been there before. See, that's what I'm saying. Eric's in uncharted waters. Well, there's the man right now.
Bret Hart said, hey,
Unanswered question right here.
he said, hey, trust me, I'm going to call it like I see it. That's exactly what he told him. So we hope that is the case here.
Boy, it's great to see.
Look at the Bischoff. Is
Yeah.
that his sparring glove?
He's saying, you know, it's like a guy that runs into the ring that's just a fan, and then when you get there, you wonder, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, Bischoff now waiting on Larry Zbyszko as Bret Hart gives Larry a good checking over and now goes over and look at the big smile Bischoff gives Bret Hart.
Try to talk to him about the $1 million. You know what I mean? Last chance, ditch effort.
Well, black belt in karate, Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, Larry Zbyszko, professional wrestling, former heavyweight champion of the world. Period.
Master of submission holds.
Yeah, and he looks good. Does Legend look good? Does the Legend look good?
Oh, not only that, he's ready to go.
I like it, baby.
Here we go. Two entirely different styles. And ladies and gentlemen, the event is Nitro that is up for grabs. The TV show that has set the standard ever since Labor Day 1995. Can you believe it's been that long?
And our jobs are at stake.
Yes, they are, Mike.
Right there, nice. Tried a little kick there with that. That wasn't roundhouse there, was it, Iron Mike? Just straight kick.
Feeling out process.
Yeah.
The opening minute of this matchup.
Get your hands on him, Legend.
So Eric connects.
He's going to celebrate that.
Yeah.
He's going to celebrate hitting the man in the head.
Yeah, take a point away from him.
Right.
Well, you see Bret Hart right now getting down on a little instructions, making Scott Hall stay where he's supposed to be. The Legend not really ruffled by that big, powerful right hand thrown by Eric Bischoff.
That didn't phase him. As a matter of fact, I'm not so sure it connected. Eric's still on the move here, and Larry finds it very difficult now to try to go in and get something going on. If he can get a hold of Bischoff here, he will put his back leg over his front face.
Well, the history in the past of these mixed martial arts type matchups, the wrestler not only survives but usually thrives because the martial artist in Eric Bischoff with his karate background is so one-dimensional, and Zbyszko, if he's able to get Bischoff down to the mat, is going to be in control.
A kick to the midsection, and Zbyszko.
Nothing
at all. Oh, what are we doing here?
Instructions.
This is where he should.
Yeah, I throw my best right hand and he didn't go down. What do I do now?
What they're doing here is trying to make a mockery out of Larry Zbyszko.
They ain't gonna
That's
do
what
it
they're
tonight. Can't happen.
They're spitting in the face of WCW. Sooner or later, he's gonna grab him, and we're gonna be right in there with it, boys. Zbyszko trying to get in. Oh, Zbyszko.
Yeah.
Zbyszko answers with open
Let me
hands
back
of his
off
own.
here.
Bischoff said, what was that? Well, that was an open-handed slap.
Eric had that Dutch boy paint hairdo going for him too right there. He got slapped it right crooked. Had a big part running down the middle of it.
Bret Hart, little warning to Larry Zbyszko. And
for what?
I don't know. Eric's spun. Oh!
Whoa.
I'm gonna tell you what, nice kick.
That one connected.
Nice kick, guys.
And took Zbyszko down.
Yeah.
And Bret Hart over checking with Zbyszko as Bischoff celebrates.
Oh yeah! There you go.
Yeah, fight a wrestler.
Larry Zbyszko strikes him down.
There you go. I like it.
Rubbing his face in the mat.
Oh, how appropriate is that?
Hey.
Hey, wait a second here. Yeah, he had the hair, but Bret Hart admonishing Larry Zbyszko.
Sleeper hold.
He's got the sleeper hold on it.
In the middle of the ring, he's got it locked on.
And he's got a red nose from eating that mat too, guys.
Yes, he does. And now another warning by Bret Hart, who said it was a chokehold. Short arm scissor takedown into a head scissor.
He's feeling like a pig right here. Bret Hart, get down and ask him.
Oh, we're loving this. He's telling him it's a chokehold again.
You've got to be kidding.
I don't like the smell of this, guys.
Oh, I don't either.
Bret Hart, come on. This is a confrontation we don't need.
Scoop slam. Driving to the mat. Thank you. And Larry.
Boy, he's holding him just as stiff as he can, I guarantee you.
Trying to get the figure four, standing figure four. Bischoff fighting it.
He's got it on. Bischoff trying to get to the ropes. Standing reverse figure fours on, and he's to the ropes. And that's going to be the break. Whoa.
Pulling back out.
Right now, the karate fighter is having a pretty tough time of it.
I'm going to tell you what, he's into that knee, I guarantee you. He pulled up on it, yeah. Throw a wet towel.
I like that.
You throw a wet towel down on the ground, that's the sound you get.
Scott Hall.
I didn't do anything.
As Eric Bischoff tries to walk this off. Here comes Zbyszko. Hello, and goodbye. That time his right arm, his shoulder hit the ring post. Zbyszko needs to stay away from the bottom though, guys, because that's where Scott Hall will be involved.
Well, look at this right here now.
What is Bret Hart doing getting in his face
I'm
again?
gonna tell you what, he's really leaned heavy on one Larry Zbyszko so far in this matchup.
You've been wrestling too long to forget the rules, Larry. Do your job.
Now he's telling Larry he's been wrestling too long to forget the rules. Yeah,
There ain't no rules in this thing.
I mean, there is so much riding on the line here. I mean, so much emotion. Bret Hart has to realize that. That was good. Head first.
Oh, we're enjoying this.
We are loving every bit of it.
I'm gonna tell you what, he's really hurting in that knee too, I guarantee
Well, get
you.
down and stomp the knee again then. Wrap.
Bret Hart once again in the face of Larry Zbyszko.
What's he trying to accomplish here? I guess maybe he is NWO. I guess maybe, as you said, Dream, he was a tweener. Maybe he's not a tweener any longer.
Well, what an opportunity right here. Go ahead and break it if it's not broke already.
It's very apparent that Eric Bischoff is no match for Larry Zbyszko. But it goes further than that when you talk about what he has behind him, and that being the NWO. Oh my goodness, he pulled him back.
Just measured him with that right hand, and that allows Bischoff to turn the tide.
Well, admonish Bischoff here a little bit then. Limping around on one leg, Bischoff now, after kicking Zbyszko, is now.
Are those open hands?
I believe he is.
Look at you now, Zbyszko.
To the rib cage.
What a shot that was.
He missed that one, but he didn't miss that one in the back of the head. Zbyszko on the ropes. Nitro on the line.
Bret Hart still in really controversy.
Yeah, I mean, he should be backing
in the
Bischoff.
middle of it.
He should be backing Bischoff up here because he's in the ropes. Let's call it down. Let's call it straight down the line here. He said something that time, and
Whoa, front kick by Bischoff connected.
Bischoff with those jabs and blows. He's connecting with
Come on, Larry.
Zbyszko just trying to cover up, and there's no break from the referee. The fans start to chant Larry's name. You can hear him here. Zbyszko.
You know, he's covered up pretty good right there. Oh, that caught him right in the nose.
That sure did. Knee to the nose. And
You know, Bischoff looks weary.
Bischoff, and that
Well, he might have punched himself out,
and
guys.
that may have been Larry's plan. He just covered up. He's taken everything that Bischoff has had.
He rope-a-doped him right there in the corner.
That's the move. I was just going to say that.
Yeah,
You're a
there
big
he said,
boxing
that
fan.
was it.
That was the Ali rope-a-dope.
There you go.
That's exactly what it was. And it's the ladies' version. Zbyszko has fired back, and apparently Bischoff cannot even stand.
Oh, hammered him right there. Get him up high. Oh,
Vertical suplex.
See the welts on Bischoff's back?
Yes, I do, and I like it. Grabs him by the hair, picks head first. He's a panting now, isn't he? Swinging that finger. And Larry Zbyszko may try to end it all right here.
have your way with him now. Have your way with him now.
That's exactly what he has to do. But he's got to win. He's got to have his hand raised.
Gonna tie him to the tree of woe.
He's got him hooked. Down goes Scott Hall.
Hung up in the corner.
Look at this, though. This battle now. This battle here. What is this, guys?
What's he got? Looks like a
Is that a
steel plate.
Looks like some sort of metal or steel.
He's loading up the boot of Bischoff.
And Bret Hart in confrontation with Larry Zbyszko.
Arguing the whole time. Oh!
Brother, it's shot. It caught him right there and shot out. The impact, the blow.
Zbyszko is out.
And look at Bischoff celebrate.
Bret Hart looking over this celebration.
7.5.
Now-
Talking about that $1 million contract again.
Well, I'll tell you what, Bret Hart. Yes!
yeah!
How about that? Yeah, there you go. There you go, Bret
That
Hart.
answered your question.
Yes, there you go. Bret Hart, tradition, hit him too. There you go.
Not been a good night for Scott Hall, has it?
Yeah,
Bret Hart with that streak.
yes. I like it. I like it.
Yeah. He's going to put him in the sharpshooter.
He's hooked it down deep. See the faraway look.
And look at Scott Hall tap out.
Yeah.
Wow, he's got him hooked. What a devastating hold. Right there, sit down on it.
What a picture that is.
And look at this picture.
Yeah, we
Zbyszko.
like this. Bret Hart, Larry Zbyszko,
They're both out.
representing WCW. And ladies and gentlemen,
There you go.
WCW
Hello, Nitro WCW.
will keep Nitro.
Wrestling fans, are you ready? For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, from the capital city of the United States of America, Washington, D.C., ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
They're standing everywhere as the lights dim for the biggest moment ever.
What a moment.
For life.
What a moment in our history of this industry.
The first Starrcade was Thanksgiving Day, 1983. And now, in 1997, the granddaddy of them all presents the biggest
Coming to the
match of
ring
them all.
at this time, wearing black and weighing 275 pounds. A man known around the world by all sports fans and wrestling fans. The man whose name is a household word. His face and his persona are recognized in all 7 continents. Tonight, he faces the greatest challenge of his career. Tonight, he faces the most enigmatic and mysterious challenger in the history of professional wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, from Hollywood, California, here is the leader of the New World Order, the reigning and defending heavyweight champion of the world, Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Well, as the world champion comes in, I really think, because we've been waiting so long for the entrance of Sting, I think we ought to just let the moment speak for itself. What do you think? Hulk Hogan. And there are boos everywhere. So richly deserved.
Wow, this is the moment.
All right. Here we go.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the challenger.
When a man's heart is full of deceit, it burns up, dies, and a dark shadow falls over his soul. From the ashes of a once great man has risen a curse, a wrong that must be righted. We look to the skies for a vindicator, someone to strike fear into the black hearts of the same man who created him. The battle between good and evil has begun. Against an army of shadows comes a dark warrior, the purveyor of good, with a voice of silence and a mission of justice. This is Sting.
Because, as you wrestling fans know, it's not the same man. It is Sting. And what lives in his heart has always been World Championship Wrestling. He was our major star. Hogan arrived in 1994 and changed the course of wrestling. And then, of course, Bash of the Beach 1 year ago, when the NWO was formed, the world, including announcers, promoters, fans, turned their back on Sting. Sting has returned to the wrestling ring. Here, December 28, 1997, to reclaim WCW's title from the NWO. That's a cold stare is what that is.
Our crowning jewel at WCW.
The franchise of the entire organization.
With Nick Patrick, the referee.
No lack of controversy surrounding that choice, guys. Man, it's just breathtaking. It's breathless.
It was a random choice, I know. And
I mean, to even, you know, this is breathtaking. This really is.
The same look that he has had now for 18 months. Cold. He has only smiled one time on our television programs. The same look he gave Hogan. Remember, the same look he gave Hogan the night the contract was signed. And look at the arms. Looking really good, Sting. Hogan shoves and a slap to the face. The bell, we are off and running. Ladies and gentlemen, we are so glad you could be with us for this moment.
Well, we anticipated the return of Sting to be punctuated with exclamation points. The reality of the matter is that they come with question marks. What kind of condition is Sting going to be in for this matchup against Hogan? Is he going to show any signs of ring rust? Not in the ring competitively for well over a year.
But you know, let me respond to that by saying, of all Sting's attributes when he was ruling WCW, cardiovascular conditioning, strength, endurance, the way he put on the Scorpion Deathlock at that time, his number one attribute, his number one characteristic, his number one driving force was his heart. And I don't think that is something that you can get in a gymnasium, in a gym.
Well, you know, as y'all was soliloquy and I was looking closely as they maneuvered around, fast pace is not the clue here. It's got to be really thought out and don't make mistakes. If Sting is in all the things Tony says, you know, and you said, Iron Mike, that he might be in this way. I doubt that he is. He looks in great condition, great shape, steady in his eyes. But let's go to the other side of the coin. Hollywood Hulk Hogan. There has never been an athlete in our industry or in any industry that has kept the imagination of the fans and has been at the height of battle as this guy. And I really believe it burns inside of him that Sting has to be beaten by him and nobody else.
Hogan gets the first big shot in and Sting gets rocked down to one knee. But he bounces back up, the Sting. Hogan big clubbing forearm, and Sting bounces back up again.
Come on, hero! Come on, hero! Good shot.
That word, hero, has to be a sticking point with Hollywood Hogan. Remember, for so many years, Hogan was a hero to many wrestling fans, many of these fans around the world. Hogan realizes, as much as anyone, the hero that Sting has become for wrestling fans worldwide, for WCW fans, for WCW personnel. He represents all of us.
You can see the offensive attack now starting to build for Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Back against the wall, knows he's got to come out and get it done himself. Nobody else can do it for him. Got to defend the honor of Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Not so much the New World Order, as far as I'm concerned. It's Hollywood Hulk Hogan and Sting. This is, boom, what it's all about. I'm even giving sound effects. I'm so excited.
He rolls out of the way 3 times. Back up to his feet is Sting. Sting, big drop kick. How about that?
Patented Sting drop kick.
It sure was.
Sprawls him to the floor.
A lot of spring in those legs. And maybe he has been off a long time, but you can see the man is in tremendous shape.
Let's also think of the long-term impact that this match is going to have on professional wrestling, 1998 and the years beyond. WCW, very important. We've already won the first battle tonight. Zbyszko defeating Bischoff. Now this is the opportunity to capture the war.
Well, I'll go one step further. We've won 2 big battles. We've won the U.S. heavyweight title back. We've won Nitro back. Now, what would it be? What would it feel like tomorrow night when we're lying in Baltimore, not only to have the U.S. title, not only to have our program back, but to have Sting with the world title belt? Remember, Hogan, in the battles he had with Piper, would come out and lie. And the reason he could lie was because he still had that world title belt around his waist.
Very cautious. Sting has taken a cautious approach. Never got over anxious so far in this battle as he took some heavy blows from Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Now Hogan right back to what brought him to the dance, going back to wrestling. Got a headlock on Sting.
Into the ropes. Hogan runs right through Sting on that one. The chop, he hit the rope. Sting. Leapfrog. That time, look at that drop kick.
So high up. Got him again. Sends him out.
Sting sends him down with a variety of drop kicks. And the question was, has he lost anything? I think he's gained something here.
Well, he certainly has unleashed an attack with those drop kicks in the opening minutes of this match, and it has Hogan reeling.
Nick Patrick sending Sting back to the middle of the ring as Hogan walks around.
You know what, guys? So far, so good with Nick Patrick, too.
Yeah, I think so.
Doing
Hasn't
a good
been
job.
a factor, and that's really the best thing you can say about any official. If you don't recognize having an impact in the match.
Yeah, you don't want to see them, except when they're there for the 1, 2, 3.
Hogan slows things down. One thing Sting does not want, and that's a count out. But Nick Patrick holding Sting back. Every time Sting advances towards Hogan, Nick will restart the 10 count on the outside. Back in, here we go. Hogan really letting the fans get under his skin here.
But I think it's a nice pace that Sting has set. You know what I mean? Not getting over anxious and using his drop kicks. Striking early, but staying focused in his mind.
Side headlock, and that was a massive one. Hooking on to Hogan. You can hear it.
Maybe that answers some of the questions we had about the power and strength of Sting, as he was easily able to maintain that side headlock despite Hogan trying to shove him off.
Gentlemen, it's a completely different look, I know, but I can safely say right now, Sting has never looked better. And Hogan has got a good wide vertical base, trying to maybe power out of this side headlock. Can he?
Trying to fight it off with a top wrist lock attempt, and Sting shows his strength.
Yeah, we forget about Hogan sometime in the power he has. I mean, and you've seen right there as he started to power out of that thing to a top wrist lock, Sting went ahead and clamped back down on him. And each second that goes by in this matchup right here, it's Sting's pace, it's Sting's game. He can win this thing if he uses his head.
Down goes Hogan. From a shoulder block, now Sting again. This time ducks a lariat, but couldn't duck that one. Good maneuver by Hogan.
We talk about mistakes, Iron Mike. See what I'm saying? Mistakes, springboarding off. Something bad happens sometime. Right now, Hogan has Sting down.
Now, I'll give you another mistake. Hogan wheeling around, laughing, looking out of the fans that time, and he needs to go back to the point of attack. Remember, this is the man, the WCW franchise player who gets up for a vertical suplex.
No effect on that vertical suplex takeover by Hogan.
Oh, yes, sir. Where?
Take that, NWO.
Yeah, where? Right here. Right and left combinations. And Sting sends a loud message to the NWO, but gets shoved in the eyes that time. Hogan back to the face again.
Right back on the attack. I guarantee you guys, he knows and understands what needs to be done to beat Sting. Can he do it? I guarantee you, it's going through his mind right now what I need to do. All the fanfare is over with to beat Sting.
On the outside, Sting to the table. There you see the bell and the world title belt. He's got that bat. He hits Sting in the back of the head or back of the neck with that. And Sting may be out cold.
The baseball bat that Sting has used to fight off the NWO in the past 15 months. Hogan uses it and now sends him shoulder first into the steel post.
Momentum starting to swing towards Hollywood Hulk Hogan and the New World Order. The champion now starting to go to town.
He seems to have some sort of a t-shirt. I don't know what that says on the front of it, but he shoves it in Sting's face and now starts to pelter Sting. As you can see, Sting right now suffering a severe beating. You can not only see it, you can hear the fist on the head. Hollywood Hogan runs his head into the apron.
Big right hands from Hogan, knocking the face paint right off of Sting.
That's nothing new for Sting. Into the rope, Sting goes down hard, into the safety rope. Here he comes!
Missed that Stinger splash.
Nobody home on the outside.
You know,
Nobody home, guys.
as this match goes on, you become familiar once again with the trademark maneuvers. The drop kicks, we saw the Stinger splash, but to no avail there.
The kicks in the corner.
That's right, it reminds us of all that Sting has brought to the sport. All the trademark maneuvers, the things that made him one of the true great stars and world champions of our time. But now at the mercy of one of the best, many people feel the best ever, and that is an argument that has a lot of validity. Hogan rears back, and Sting goes down. Now Nick Patrick just got over there, right there, as Sting went down in a heap.
He got Hogan rolling back in the ring right here.
Good call by Nick Patrick.
Hogan rolls back out, breaks the count.
Hogan will attempt to, I'm sure, not only win the match, but also try to destroy Sting, wouldn't you think? And I often brought up this question. How far would Sting take it when he knows he has Hogan beat? Will he go just to win or to destroy the man? I mean, there's a hatred that has ruled our sport for 18 months.
Yeah, but that's a win. It's a win situation for both these guys here. Like I said, the fanfare and the fireworks are over. It's burning just as bad in Hollywood Hulk Hogan's gut as it does in Sting. Now go back to your question. What will it take when you're injured or down like Sting is to come back to get back on top of this situation?
And especially you have to keep in mind that the prize to the winner, the most prestigious championship in our sport. Tony, you talked about the history before behind that World's Heavyweight Championship belt. Sting needs to bring that belt home to WCW.
Sting down.
Big leg drop.
1, 2, 3. Bret Hart has come out and taken.
Bret Hart is there. Bret Hart's at ringside.
I said it would never happen again, and it's not going to happen again.
Nick Patrick.
That was a 3 count. No, sir, that was 3. What do you think?
I'll tell you what.
Nick Patrick made the 3 count, and Bret Hart certainly doesn't seem to agree.
No, he doesn't. He's got Hogan.
Well, Bret Hart is here tonight as a referee. Is that right? Is that correct?
He's an
Is he a
official.
referee? Signed as an official? Yes, right here. You got it.
He's signaling for a restart. Ring the bell.
The bell is ringing.
Sterling, oh, yeah, that didn't miss.
Hooked him up right there, guys.
Hogan trying to stop him, hooking onto the top rope.
Members of the NWO have arrived. Buff Bagwell. Sting nails him. Down goes Norton.
They're clear of the ring now.
Here
Bret
he
Hart
goes again.
Stinger splash out to the top. Can he put it on him? Can he put it on him, guys?
Here it comes.
Sting is going to bring back the Scorpion Deathlock, pointing at Bret Hart.
Trying to get him over. Can he get him turned?
There it is.
Set down on him.
Check it out, Hook.
Bret Hart down.
Hart's right in
He's
Hogan's
saved
face.
The winner and new heavyweight champion of the world, Sting!
Baby, the crowning jewel for WCW. There's Luger. There's the Jay.
Celebration time.
Ladies and gentlemen, Sting has brought it back where it belongs. The ring is filling up. Look at the face. So much emotion. Tonight is our night. Sting is the world heavyweight champion. What a night.
What a memorable Starrcade, all capped off by the Sting World title victory.